Why? Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say, man, why? Man, saved by the bell, saved by the alleged Swiss Army knife, saved by the no jumper confrontation. Sharp, you have been recycled out of the media cycle. You are no longer what's talked about. You are no longer trending. You are no longer what's important. You're gonna have to replace the torsos and get a full on AI sentient being female robot that you make in order to replace of this unfortunate occurrence which went down at No Jumper just now, and I was right there front and center in the middle of it. Fault is this? Who's to blame? Was Brandon being too antagonistic? Did show low impulse control and take it to another level when he supposedly took out a knife? Was No Jumper wrong for booking this podcast to begin with? Am I wrong for doing too much? I don't know. You let me know. Explain. Break it down. This shit is crazy, everybody. This shit is crazy. Let me, can I get a Uno? Come on, man. In the middle of it all times, you feel me? The king of the city, the mayor of MacArthur Park, meth drip Lamar, white brick baby. You feel me? Buzzball Uno, Buzzball Lush, BBL Uno. Um, the most talked about, the most celebrated, the most commonly exonerated. Your partner player Lush Uno back with another installment. This was crazy, guys, and I don't know how this began. Or I do know how it began, and I do know how it ended. And I want to say that the MVP is a security guard for leaping into action and pushing Brandon back. At that moment, it could have got a little bit spunky. It could have been a little bit janky, and he did what needed to be done, putting himself and sacrificing his well-being for the greater good of creating safety. Now, what I need y'all to do is get them likes up, get them shares up, and remember, I ain't got no sponsorship. I'm doing this myself, literally building it from the ground up, and it's been dope. There's been incredible growth in this channel. Y'all know I'm going live daily. Y'all know I'm popping my shit, starting shit, keeping it exciting. First person doing ill music streams in this motherfucking region, where we drop the song the next day on all digital streaming platforms. So please put it in my palm, shoot them super chats, because y'all are my sponsors. I ain't got no sponsor besides y'all. So send them likes. That's for free if you ain't got it. That's the Ballin' on a Budget Bot Mafia plan. And if you want to be a part of the real pushing this movement forward, you got to send a super chiznai. With that being said, I will discuss the beginning, the middle, the end, and the outcome of this whole occurrence right here. Now, how it began was this. It began the first time Brandon and Suspect shared the stage at No Jumper, and we're on a podcast together. Now, my Apple Watch think I'm trying to talk to that motherfucker. Bitch, do I look like Dick Tracy? The only people I ever seen talk to a watch is a detective. I ain't trying to talk to your bitch ass. Get the fuck out of here with your bitch ass. Mark, fuck y'all thought I was talking about. Hail to the nah, hail to the nah, hail to the nah. Yeah, I'm mobbing home, you feel me? This is the same whip that rescued a cat the other day. This is the same whip that fucking got Sharp's bitch's torso in the trunk. All kinds of activities, you feel me? Come on, man. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all know. So the first time Brandon went on the podcast with Suspect, before the podcast started, they were meeting each other, and Suspect, in the middle of a casual conversation, supposedly said the N-word. You feel me? $2 from 11 baby mamas. Bet I get rich if I back her. You already know, man. Come on. So this fool started it off. That stupid ass Apple Watch. Shut your bitch ass up. I ain't trying to say nothing. Now, Stupid ass Apple Watch. So I guess suspect said the N word, but he didn't mean it with a hard R. But it sounded like he said it with a hard R because sometimes if you say a word that ends with a A and begins with an R, when those syllables or those consonants get conflated together, they become. It sounds like you're saying the hard R, but clearly, I mean, if you know sus, he would never say that. Now, looking back on it, and this is literally the point that I was gonna get to before mayhem ensued. As the podcast, now they've been going back and forth throughout this pod, but I wanted to kind of have a full circle moment where we bring things back to their very cooling friction. We're able to see Sus raised to a level of maturity that we never seen before and not allow himself to get out of character. And we saw Brandon intellectually sparring at a high level. So both of us, both parties involved, elevated and did something that we want to see more of on No Jumper, which is high caliber intellectual debates, discourse, and conversations. Now I'm gonna let y'all chat know right now. We've already got one super chat, but I'm not going to respond to anything in the chat unless it's super chattable. So if you send a super chat, I will respond to what you say and address it. If not, I'm just going to be popping my shit and telling this story and letting y'all know what's going on and giving y'all the inside information about what's going to happen next. Because No Jumper is very, very unhappy about this whole situation. And there might be things that arise as a result of this. As you can see, in case anyone wants to know where we're at right now, we are on the corner of Alvarado and Wilshire. That is Dope Fiend Alley. We are right by MacArthur Park. We're in MacArthur Park, USA. You feel me? Ain't nowhere like it. And I'm driving back to the Cribular through a sea of fucking zombies, vampires, gang members, prostitutes, and just some nice guys that want to play some football. Just some nice guys that want to play some football. All right? So, I'm risking my life to bring all this content, essentially, is what I'm saying. But with that being said, so what I tried to do at that moment was bring it back to that full circle. Like, hey, look how good we did. I'm really proud of y'all. I'm proud that everybody stepped it up and was able to be mature. Especially you, suspect, you feel me, considering this has proven to be difficult for you in the past. And I know how intelligent you are. And I thought that per all, like, fuck debate points, just on, like, cool points, roasting, humor. Suspect was getting in Brandon's ass the whole pod. He really was. But Brandon is a strong debater. He's really intelligent. And he's also a troll, and he knows how to get under people's skin. Despite that, at that moment, I thought that everything was chill. And as I was talking about that, before we had a chance to delve into, like, hey, like, this is why we originally had beef, I could see, because I wanted them to both be like, they both could have done better in this situation. Like Brandon, if you really care for this dude as a fellow black man, like you say, like, why would you try to trigger him and get him out of his character when that's what he's known for doing? You say you want to see him win as a black man. Shit. You trolled him into a situation where he might be in trouble now. So that's not fucking cool. And you know that even you trying to push buttons in the manner you did prior to the whole situation unfolding, when you first said, did you just call me the N-word with a hard R? You could have been like, hey, I was just joking. After Sus was like, oh, what the fuck did you say? He could have diffused it, and Sus could have been more mature and realized, hey, this is a fucking joke. There's no reason for me to get this out of character. There's no reason for me to allow this guy to bother me to this degree. Like, what the fuck? Of course I didn't say that. And that could have been the entirety of the exchange. Or he could have laughed about it. But me knowing Sus, we know that he's not funny. I mean that's not funny to him. And he don't think that kind of shit is funny. And we also know Brandon, and we know that Brandon makes a lot of things about colorism. So if you're all for black people and black equality, why would we, and you're intelligent enough to know that you could have a full gene pool of nothing but, you know, both your parents and all your grandparents and great grandparents could be black, and you can still have lighter skin. And there's reasons why that happens. And you understand the nuances of genetics enough. Although Brandon was super wrong about a lot of the shit, I wanted to debate Brandon more about genetics today because there's a lot to unpack there. And I had a whole bunch of shit about genetic diversity and the importance of genetic diversity and what exactly. But I'm going to save that for the next time me and Brandon pod, because right now it's looking slimy, bro. Right now it's looking slimy, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I fear. Let's pray. Let's pray. All right, Jesus Christ, Son of the Heavenly Father, thank you for the many blessings you bestow upon us. Please forgive Sus and Brandon, and please bless them and allow them to both continue to prosper and not have any trouble with their jobs or anything like that. And please bless No Jumper and keep all of us in No Jumper free from scrutiny and negativity, and allow us to continue to thrive and build this platform that means so much to so many people. In your name we pray, amen. All right, so with that being said, the Gerbenstein Bear was, as the episode started, right? We get into the first topic. First, we do a little preamble. Now, like, I'm supposed to be in the role of moderator, and I'll tell you where. Even though this wasn't really predetermined, I didn't set up this episode. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I was excited at the prospect of it. Although I'm not the one that booked it. However, I'm like, all right, this is something that I wanted. And really the main reason is because I wanted to see Suspect grow within the context of No Jumper and just grow as a conversationalist, debater, and podcaster in general, because I believe in Sus. You know what I mean? Like the same way. I think Sus is a lot more intelligent than a lot of the people that got big voices in the LA street scene podcasting. Now, some of us know that and some of us can discern that, but a lot of people, based on his actions or the way they see him move, they don't think that about Sus. They don't think that about Sus. So, I was excited for the episode. A few hours beforehand, I get told that Bizarre from D12 is going to be there, which I'm extra juiced about. Bizarre's the homie in real life. Known him for years. Great guy. Contributed a lot to battle rap. I had stories with Bizarre. I wanted to talk to him about when he worked for me at the Ether event, and when he was the commentator, which was so fucking hilarious, and he got to see so much shit. There's a lot of shit. If I would have known Bizarre was going to be there before, would have been even crazier. But Bizarre blessed the panel, and I feel like he's also like a really good dude for No Jumper. I feel like Bizarre is perfect for the platform in multiple capacities. So, shouts to him. So, but it's a lot to manage. So I know Adam's out of town. I know when I'm like basically shit. I ain't even got to say it. I'm the motherfucking B mic in this motherfucker. I'm the B mic in this motherfucker. You feel me? But ain't nothing beta. So I'm really the motherfucking ABC mic, bitch. I might even be the D mic because you D-ride me so much. You feel me? Like, gosh darn. But I'm, for all intents and purposes, I would say me and Flacco. But Flacco for the news, me for the No Jumper show. It's kind of like we carry when Adam's not around. It's on us. Now, obviously, Munchie B team could be in a B mic position as well. I feel like Brick, though, was the B mic, and when his unfortunate situation occurred, free Brick, I'm still sick over this shit. I hate it. I kind of had to step it up, and that's why Lush has been having this superstar arc that I'm on right now, going crazy, smoking debates, smoking fucking scante, smoking opposition, smoking people's boots, smoking yo bitch, you feel me? All that, smoking Abigail. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. I'm a fuck Abigail. You feel me? I'm a fuck Abigail because her neck roll when she feel the yak. You feel me? Her neck roll when she feel the yak. I'm a fuck Abigail because her neck roll when she feel the yak. You dig? Necrophiliac. Oh shit. No, I'm just playing. Um, I've had to step it up in Brick's absence, and I've done just that. I've done just that. And so I know that I'm supposed to be controlling this conversation, guiding the flow of the podcast and the topics, which is very difficult when there's everyone on there has a lot to say. Everyone on there is a star. Everyone on there is a big talker. You feel me? So not only do we got Sus and Brandon, who are big talkers without, they got a lot of mouthpiece pause just when there's not an issue going on. But when there is, and it's an argument, like it's going to be difficult for anyone to get a word in edgewise with one of them in the room, much less both. Then you got Young Ann, Hefe, and Munchie. They not shy either. Then you got Bizarre. So I'm not supposed to be in the role of moderator, but at the same time, I have to keep the flow and the tempo of the conversation. The podcast turned out great until the very end. But I will point out mistakes because I hold myself accountable. I'll hold out. I'll see the mistakes that I saw. You know, when I was introducing everyone on the pod, first I introduced Bizarre, then I introduced Munchie and Young and Hefe. You feel me? Give them all cool intros, blah, 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 blah. Then I get into the main event, which is Brandon versus Suspect. In doing so, I mentioned Brandon and I's debate. Now, I know Brandon's going to have a bunch of shit to say about how he thinks he won. I know I won, you feel me? So what do? My first thing is Brandon is 1-1 in debates at No Jumper. Blah, 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 blah. I'm setting the stage, popping my shit. Now, if I want to establish myself as an impartial person, as a moderator, that's not the energy to come in with. However, I did not think, and this might have been about miscalculation on my behalf, I did not think that me saying one thing in a slightly satirical manner was going to elicit the trigger being pointed at me the whole time. So subsequently, after me and Brandon have an exchange, then him and Sus have an exchange, and we try to get into some topics. Now, the first two topics on the list, below Almighty Suspect, are both involving Sharp. One of them is Sharp calling into No Jumper. The other one is Sharp's torso. Sharp making love to torsos and drink, whatever. You feel me? These are the two first topics. As we start discussing them, it kind of gets sidetracked into a conversation about pimps and ism and hoes. And I'm like, let's bring it back to the lecture at hand, the topic that we're supposed to be discussing so we can get clips. That's what we do on this show. Not only do we have fun and just have random discussions, but we hit topics that we know are clippable because they're going to go up. That's why we have a clips channel. That's the whole point of it. So in order for the conversation to make sense, we have to hit the topic. So I'm bringing it back to Sharp, not because, bro, I could talk about Sharp. Y'all have seen me do several streams discussing Sharp. I don't need to discuss Sharp on No Jumper. That's literally the topic. I got called about this shit on yesterday's news stream when it first came out. So Brandon took that as an opportunity to be like, oh, like, you see how obsessed with Sharp he is. He's so blah, 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 blah. I kept saying, stop making it about Sharp. Stop making it about Sharp. No, this actually is about Sharp. So I have to push back on him in that regard. So that's great. And I'm not trying to like go tit for tat, blow for blow, but I already made a decision in my head a while ago. Ooh, excuse me. No more Lush getting marked out in any capacity. Every interaction counts. If you get roasted, you take the L. If you're on top, you get the W. There's no room for ambiguity. There's no partial W's. There's no partial L's. Either you win or you lost. That's it. That's all we can that's all we can look at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna allow people to hold me out under any circumstance. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stand on 10. I'm gonna stand on business, but it's not about me right now. It's about me facilitating this dialogue between these two gentlemen. So that's when I'm like, All right. Yeah. Let me facilitate this dialogue. Let me see what's good. Steer it from being about me. Steer it away from that. And then hold on. I'm about to be at the Cribular. I'm on live in case anybody.
We're just trying to learn.
All right. All right. What's happening? Turn it down, baby. Thank you. Germ Christina, Mango in the building.
What's up?
What's cracking? So,
So
yeah, like I said, I'm not addressing anything y'all say unless it's a super chat. Shoot a super chat, and then I'll say bull bull like super cat. You feel me? But until then, that's it. That's it. You feel me? I'm not addressing anything y'all say unless y'all send a super chat, or else I'm just gonna keep. Oh, $2 from 11 baby mamas. Sus and Adam on a three-way call with Rosenberg. I'm not gonna lie, 11 baby mamas is my favorite member of the Bot Mafia. He is the greatest on this channel. Best name, best comments, best super chats. Get like him. Bro is fucking hilarious. All right. So, like I said before, I'm trying to be even keeled. I'm trying not to be involved in the shit, and I'm trying to steer the conversation in a professional way. We start hitting topics. Throughout those topics, there'll be a little back and forth dialogue between Brandon and Sus. I'm really trying to let Brandon know, like, hey, like, I'm not trying to shoot at you. But of course, we all know there's shots could come from any direction towards anybody during a No Jumper podcast. That's just the way it is. And there's going to be heated moments. There's going to be disagreements. We talked at length about the 6 and P4 incident, as well as Kendrick not allowing Lefty Gunplay on stage. I was caping hard for Lefty, according to what y'all are going to say, and was blazing. But no, I genuinely think it would have been a huge moment if Kendrick had brought Lefty on stage. Not just for, that would have been the cool thing to do. Not just for Lefty, but in general, it would have been the move. And that was one of the things. Okay, $5 from Mina's Reactions and Clout Mania TV. Sharp is a gigolo, period. It ain't news. That's been going on. Nothing new. Hey, I mean, so Sharp is, according to this person, who had a lot to say in the super chats on the No Jumper stream as well, that Sharp is known for slanging dick. He is not known for breaking 3-0 foes. He is, apparently he's on the blade. Apparently he's slanging dick. You feel me? I don't know. Shit. I wonder if he's gay for pay. Like, where do you draw the line? I don't know how this works. $2 from Paparu, who was growling when the cameras went off. Growling is crazy. And I will say, I have seen the unedited footage, and I look like a fucking hero, if I'm being honest. Like, I jump into action. I fucking push both of them back like 10 feet, you feel me? I do like, I'm doing motherfucking Ryu and Ken style windmills in the middle of the room to separate them. You feel me? So you didn't hear a growling. What you heard was me doing the fucking Chun-Li spinning star kick. You feel me? You heard my gi spinning around. You heard my gi. By the way, I mutilated Brandon when I called him 36 in a karate class. Tai Boho. Hey, if you want to spit that ether, sometimes you got to quote Nas. Get your frames of references up, players. But yeah, the growling was my gi spinning. All right. $2 from my dog J. Rowan Thomas. Now you see why I wanted this pod so bad. Ha ha ha. I guess if that is your reasoning, it's understandable, but I don't like the way it ended. Now, we'll get into that if this was a good or bad thing or positive. Now, entertainment value wise, what do y'all think? Let me know. I think obviously it's hilarious and super entertaining anytime you see people turn up to this degree. However, it doesn't bode well for a lot of the narratives people like to paint about No Jumper. And now it's like, how does No Jumper handle this? It's a very difficult situation. Obviously, Adam was out of town, so he's got nothing to do with it. Obviously, staff members were. I'll say this: Flacco was very outspoken against this, and Flacco, his batting average when it comes to advice that he's given me and how to handle situations, what's right, what's wrong, blah 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 blah. Flacco, he's batting 1,000. Like he's really, really, he has a great sense. He's got like a great ability to know what to do, what not to do, how to handle the situation, how not to handle it. And he was avidly, outspokenly against this from occurring. Now, during the pod, I noticed two things. I'm trying to be in the moderator role, but I also can't lean too far to being on suspect side because obviously Sus is my friend, all that. But people get confused and they think that like if the visuals are people are ganging up on Brandon and it's me and Sus going back and forth, that's not going to look well. I already know that. And I know if I'm going to be impartial and remain that way, I can't just attack Brandon and make this about him. Even if he's coming at me sideways, I got to be impartial. So, with that being said, although Suspect throughout the course of the pod kept calling him a bitch, he said bitch, bitch, and it was under his breath. He was not even under his breath. He's like sprinkling bitches throughout his content like a motherfucking sugar-free verse. Just sprinkling bitches here and there, right? Then you got what Brandon was doing, and he started this from the pretty much from Jump Street, is like from their first interaction on the pod. Brandon is mentioning Suspect getting jumped in the BPSs that day. When I don't know if it's considered a DP or a jumping or a put off or whatever that thing was defined as. But Sus getting jumped in the BPSs when he was younger, it's very old. Now he kept bringing that up. Now, the other day on the pod, and Sus wasn't there for this, Adam brought up triggers. And I guess this is something that is utilized in the adult world quite a bit when people are having we're doing sex scenes, or like, what are your do's and don'ts? What are you not into? Oh, she don't like getting slapped. She don't like getting her hair pulled. She don't like getting called a bitch, whatever. Da, 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 da. Okay, these are the parameters of the scene. Now, we discussed on the No Jumper show, what are our triggers? What can and can't be said? What's going to make you act out of character? I think Munchie said the B word. I think he's like, just don't say the B word. I think Ant echoed those sentiments and said, it's pretty much common sense to say kids. And that's what Adam said the line you can't cross with Adam is don't bring up his kid. Understandable. When they got to me, what do you think I said was my limit? I ain't got none. Say whatever the fuck you want. I'm not going to do too much. You feel me? Because I am a great conversationalist and I'm smarter than all you motherfuckers. So no matter what you say, I got something more clever, meaner, more impactful, and more relevant than anything that you could have for me. So there's nothing, you feel me, crossing the physical boundary is the only thing that's going to make me cross you. So all this other shit don't fucking matter. Now, in reality, of course, there's things that can be said to all of us that are going to make us turn up. But I think just coloring in the lines of what's common decency and being a good human being and how to fucking have proper dialogue, that's, to me, is common sense. And included in that umbrella are, obviously, don't talk about people's kids. And I would stay away from the B word, but if it's the homie and you guys are that close and you can call each other bitch and it's not going to turn into something. But I'll even say some of my best friends, some of my closest homies that I've had my whole life, I wouldn't call them a bitch. And if I did, that's going to be fighting words. And it is what it is. So it's just odd that we discuss this. Is like poetic timing that we would discuss this. And then the very next episode of the No Jumper Show, when Adam's not present, triggers were pulled, lines were crossed, and boundaries were infringed upon. And now we're at this place where it's like, oh shit, what do we do now? Because here's what makes it more difficult. Suspect is not a first-time offender when it comes to crossing physical boundaries. And when it comes to just boundaries in general, arguments, it is suspect's abrasive energy has been brought into question several times, and a lot of people have been on his ass about it, including owner of the platform, Adam22. So, and although Adam has wanted to see Sus grow and see Sus prosper and see Sus winning in the podcast game, he's made it clear he don't want violence. There's a no tolerance policy for violence at No Jumper, and that's just how we rock it. You feel me? Like, if you do anything violent, we not fucking with it. Now, nobody was hit in this incident, and I didn't see any weapon pulled out. I did not see any weapon, although we all heard Brandon's declaration afterwards. So, okay, back to the lecture at hand. Remember, like, share, subscribe. I'm live all the time. Music streams going up. Me discussing my daily life and whatever's going on. And, of course, if you want me to address something, shoot that super chat. We just got $2 from Bishop Rojas. Hypothetically, you drunk and call Sus a B word, what happens? I'm pretty sure if I'm drunk and I call Sus a B word, he'll be like, what'd you say? And I probably wouldn't be like, oh, I called you a B word, because then he would probably fight me again, and we saw what happened last time I fought him. So that probably wouldn't be the most advisable thing for me to do. I also don't push that line with homies that much. Me and Brick Baby got cool enough as to where, like, we would say, oh, yo, bitch ass, a couple times, this and there. And that's just like on some homie shit. But there's nobody else that on No Jumper that I would play with in that manner that hasn't, or like that we don't have a pre-established understanding, where that's not like a line cross and it doesn't mean something different. I want to also say shouts to the 278 people viewing this stream right now. We going up. The numbers are increasing every single fucking day. Although this like to view ratio of 278 people watching with only 65 likes is a bit skewed. So let's pump big Uno in the algorithm. I'm just surfing on a sea of buzzballs to the horizon line of the motherfucking round earth. And I need y'all help. So get them likes up. Thank you. We just got 5 likes in 5 seconds. Ain't that amazing for the 5s? It's a beautiful thing. But with that being said, so at that moment, we're nearing the culmination of the pod. Everything's gone pretty fucking well. Live feed, turn up the chat. Come on, gang. Y'all know the motherfucking vibes. So at that moment, like, we're about to start reading super chats. It's about to be the conclusion of the pod. We're chopping it up, and I'm like, hey, isn't this great? We were able to achieve this dialogue, and then they start going back and forth. And then at a certain point, Brandon calls Sus a bitch. Now, I forget if it was... oh, thank you for all the likes, guys. I appreciate that. We running it up. Run it up. Come on, man. Come on. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You feel me? We're pushing a trill one through the algorithm. You dig. Surfing on buzzballs. You dig. Oh, boy. I'm not drinking. I thought they...
did.
Yo, what the fuck is you talking about right now?
You already did.
What you got going on, Germ?
I got a face mask on.
What you got going on, Germ?
I have a
Yeah.
face mask on, Dick.
What the fuck?
You have a buzzball.
You a Guatemalan tree frog. What the fuck is you talking about, bro?
Yeah,
you literally look like
you're
a frog.
poacher.
Is it hard to take someone seriously that looks like this? I mean, you're damn near about to get canceled for blackface, all right? Like, fuck out of here, bro. I don't even know how Mango tolerated that, to be honest. This is just crazy, bro. It'd be like Lush One's girlfriend in blackface. But, hey, send a super chat and I'll tell Germ to show her tits. Wait, what? I said that out loud?
What the fuck, bro?
But
Show your titties.
someone in the chat said it, not me. Sorry, someone wants to see your tits. All right? Sharp's afraid to show his tits. You feel me? Like, Sharp's afraid to take a shirtless pic because he doesn't want the world to observe his tits.
Hey, you can't be saying that word no more.
What? Oh. See, this is a thing.
Shirtless pics.
Shirtless pics. Okay, this is a perfect example. This is the same thing that happened to Almighty Suspect when he tried to say the N-word colloquially with a word that started with the R after it, and it made it sound like he said the hard R.
Yeah.
So this is like another example of people being really unreasonable and taking things out of context. Like people like
you and the buzzball.
people like Germ Free, for being honest.
No, like you and Buzzball.
What's up with that sandwich?
What sandwich?
The one that you said you got for me.
Oh, that thing on. Don't worry, I got enchiladas coming. We're gonna make them right now.
Alright.
We got green and red coming.
Yeah, we got green and red coming. But with that being said, Germ trying to fucking ruin the entire integrity of this stream right now, with her blackface and insane
Shut the fuck up.
allegations about drinking. I don't know where she would come up with such a
It's
ludicrous
not
thing from.
It's face mask.
I've seen people get canceled for less, if I'm being fully honest right now. But okay, so with that being said, it got to a point in the conversation where I don't know if it was Ant or Munchie, but I feel like someone was like, "He been calling you a bitch," and Sus was like, or he's like, "He called you a bitch," and Sus is like, "What?" I know. I think they were like bringing to it. They are bringing. Sorry. Oh yeah, let's see the kitten.
Yo. Yo. Let me move another way. Aw. Draco, say what's up.
May Lingner took me shopping, huh, Draco?
Oh, hey.
Scared as this.
He got scared. He's like scared now.
The cat likes me a lot.
Not that much.
A lot. If we're being honest, the cat loves me.
There's 2 cats. 2 cats to feed.
$2 from 15 milligrams of bounce that ass. I need Brandon's BBL on my lap. I feel you on that. He is thick. He is thick. We about to, you know my chat's on the most fuck shit of all time, clearly. Like, and we about to crack 300 live viewers. Going up, going up, going up, going up. That's what the fuck I do every time you see me. It's on the upwardly mobile. By the way, guess what else I came home with? The za, the za, the za, the za. We not smoking no more, man.
Wait,
Oh.
what is that? Is that a chocolate bar?
Dubai chocolate, but fucking.
Oh, I'm not ready. Let's go put that in.
Nah, I'm fucking. The fight just. Oh well.
The cat can't lick that. Where's he? Right here, my boobs. Oh, shit. Look at where the cat's at.
Okay. The cat's a tit man, apparently.
He's got the best seat in the house.
I'm getting texts from all different types of no jumper employees. Like, oh, it's going, man.
Dubai chocolate's on the bag of wheat. Bro, this is disgusting. This is not the presentation we deserve. No, look at this shit.
Why'd you take a dookie on the bag?
Bro, you took a Dubai dookie on the bag.
Dookie.
Flavored.
Whoa.
Dubai chocolate flavored. Yeah, where's your Birkin at, bro? I thought they come back with the bag.
Chanelly.
What the hell?
Chanelly. Okay, guys. So at that moment, so they're going back and forth. It gets brought up that Brandon called Sus the B word. Sus has already called Brandon the B word several times. Either Munchie or Ant was like, "Yo, did you hear what this fool said?" And he's like, "What?" So then Sus stood up, and at that moment, thank God, security homie was there. He was the real hero, bro. Because it could have got bad. And so this is what you can't see on camera. $5 from Alcoholic Gamer. Alcoholic Gamer, I'm still drinking Fireball. Is Adam mad at what happened today? By the way, we need King Pill on the No Jumper Show. He hella entertaining. Let Adam know. Yes, we love King Pill. It's definitely the Pyru's going up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And King Pill was just out there in New York with Adam. They talking about the fight with 4 Extra. King Pill, 4 Extra fade going down. Who you got? Let me know in the comments. I think it's gonna be an amazing fight. 4 Extra seems to be like more safe of a bet because I feel like his conditioning is a lot better. King Pill's outside partying, but King Pill is far from a bitch and seems to not be ducking the smoke. We seen him hit 5 pull-ups with 2 of his fingers. So I mean, it's anybody's fight. It's gonna be a great fucking a great fade. I'm excited for it, and they both gonna get a bag off of it. Chat seems to be leaning towards 4 Extra. Let me know what the rest of y'all think. There is a small kitten playing with a ping pong ball. Doing the most. Doing the most. What a cute cat. All right. So yeah, that's a cat that we rescued. First of all, I did too. We all did. We all rescued the motherfucker.
It's a community cat.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. I fucking, bro, during your, I'm supposed to be getting you ready for your show. I fucking take my shirt off, climb under that motherfucker. Had to go across the street. What do you know? You calm down. Had to fucking do a lot for that, to make sure that.
Let's rescue the cat, guys.
I helped rescue the cat. Really, I mean, I'll say Mango spent the most time under there, and
Mango's really the hero here. It's Mango
and criminally divine, if we're being fully honest. She actually is the extractor of the kitten.
We had a little difficult, but yes.
So,
Kitty, you watch the ball?
okay. Again, this is what a normal. This is like why I'm happy in life. I like all this fuck shit at the house. I love my girl very, very much. With that being said, this is not bootleg Bape. This is real Bape. Look it up. Serial number is a fucking t-shirt, stupid. From the Bape store from years ago. This old as fuck. Fuck is you talking about? Not that I'm above wearing fakes. If I felt like it, I'll wear a rep. But this ain't a motherfucking rep, gang. With that being said, so like when Brendan and Sus were joking back and forth about Wee Wee Watcher and this and that is one thing, but I do feel like Brandon antagonizing to the degree that he did regarding the put off thing, or the BPS incident, whatever you want to call it. I feel like he was doing 10 munch. He was bleeding it. He kept saying it, and I get it, but it's like, why do you have to go so personal? You're supposed to be better at winning arguments. You're supposed to be the debater. Why do you need to antagonize Sus to that degree when you're supposed to be the one that's known for using his wit, his intelligence, his mental power? When you're that guy, you're supposed to continue to be in that realm. So I don't understand why I understand why he resorted to that tactic, which wound up, I get it. Maybe in his eyes, he's going to say, oh, well, I'm trying to teach him to have more impulse control. I'm trying to teach him to be a stronger debater and not get brought out of his, off his square to that degree. He could say all that, but we know if you're really trying to educate, if you're really trying to teach, that's probably not the best method. Now, suspect, you know better than that as well. You should never allow your anger to allow you to get tricked out of your position. Now, to be fair, Sus did not want to do this pod. Josh hit him up this morning, asked if he wanted to do the pod. He said, like, if y'all want me to, I don't know if this is a good idea. Should we have sat them down, made them have a conversation beforehand? Probably so, but also that takes away from the power of having that moment live. So it's like, do you sacrifice the content for a potential skirmish? It's kind of a gray area. I can see it from both sides. Now, in that moment, also, before the pod, I was there when they were around each other. They weren't like, they were arguing back and forth, making those slick comments, but it did not feel like there was fake energy. It did not feel like it was going to go left. And then they sat together on a pod for a soft 4 hours, and everything seemed like it was going well until that trigger word sets off once again. And it was like the same thing as the Kelpie situation over and over again, because he got called that word. He asked to clarify. He said, I called you a bitch. That's what Brandon said. I called you a bitch. So then Sus did the exact same thing he did last time. Now I will say, I've been in a fight with Sus, and I've seen Sus about to fight these two times, among other instances. I'm glad he didn't spit on me. I'm glad the pre-fade spit disrespect didn't occur, because that. Now I didn't see actual saliva leave Sus's mouth. I didn't see it land on anybody. I was kind of like, damn, I'm standing a little bit too close for comfort from the radius of the potential spray. Yeah, the pathogens could have gotten on a player if this was during COVID. On no player, but I didn't feel. I didn't actually see any spit, and then, okay, well, other people's apparently saw the. I didn't see or feel any ocean spray water.
I see it.
You can feel the spit from here.
I could feel it.
You can feel the spit through the camera.
I felt him why he needed spit.
So you felt him why he needed to spit. So you felt like he did the right thing. You felt like suspected.
Yeah, if you can't reach him, fucking get him.
I mean,
No, I'm petty like that. If I can't actually reach you, my spit will.
asking someone like you, Germ, is probably not the best, because you like to fight and you're like,
I think that's low. Spitting,
you still obey by street hood
I
rules.
don't like to fight.
spitting is low, like especially from a guy.
So you don't think that, so you think that spitting was too far? He should have.
I do. I personally think spitting,
No, yeah, it's very
especially if you're a man, like a man spitting in a man's face, just because, like that's low.
In the
Like
biblical sense, that's something.
So okay, so you understand then when Brandon got spit at, I'm not going to say spit on, but when he got spit at, spat
Yeah.
at,
Spat at.
I believe you're incorrect.
Spat at it.
Spat at. Look at this cretin of a human being over here.
Said the other one, God's special creature.
All right, so you think that after Sus spit at Brandon, Brandon did the right thing by being like, "Oh, we getting down. It's a fight." At that point,
I mean, you're supposed to be
I think
not
anybody-
there. Not there.
yeah, but anybody. That
but he just got spit on.
That's like a
That's
big.
also assault on camera, so
Yeah.
shout out whoever the fuck turned off the camera, bro. That fucking
That was Donnie. Shouts to Besco.
Donnie's on it, bro. He needs a raise immediately. The
That-
reason why is because if you have feds watching, number one, spitting is assault. So that just incriminated him. Should they have fought, and let's say one of them gets petty and I'm gonna press charges, all that shit's right on camera. But Donnie came in quick and said, nope, you're just gonna hear it here.
Well, here's the thing, like because we're on live stream, you have to he did the right thing, and that's the protocol. Because if any physical violence were to have occurred and that was on YouTube, then the entire stream is blamped. Then you know what I'm saying, it ruins everything. So
Yeah, but just even on some street shit, it's good to like keep that between the parties at quarrel.
okay, so we're talking about street shit now. So in talking about street shit,
Isn't that how that
no,
started?
no.
They was mad at us.
No. You bring up a good point, because so speaking of street shit, right? They start to they're about to get down. Sus is walking over to the corner. Brenda's walking over to the corner at a brisk pace, and before either one of them can reach each other, the security guard, I don't know how he's this fucking strong, but bro, fucking I was joking about me doing a fucking Chun-Li spinning star kick and keeping it, but really what happened is security bro walks up and he pushes Brandon. Brandon falls back. You feel me? Like he almost falls down. Then he gets over to Sus. Then at that moment, I can't see what's going on. That's when I step up and try to separate them as well. Obviously, I physically can't do too much. They're both bigger, although I do create space by putting myself in the middle of Brandon and Sus. But this is right after.
That was the right thing to do. Yeah.
Thank you. And this was right. I mean, there's been other times where I didn't do that. Like when Diz and Matt fought, like I backed up and everybody got on my helmet, like, oh, Lush, you should have. And there's other instances, like when Daylight and Philly Swain were about to get down in the middle of the battle. I put myself in between them. So you've seen me react in various ways in this situation. I felt like my first reaction was like, oh shit. And then I stood up to try to get in between them, even though I knew that there wasn't much I could do. I was hoping that both of them have enough respect for me as where I'm not going to get hit by either one in the interim or whatever. You feel me? So I get up and do that. Now, This is immediately after we hear Brandon keep going, oh, he got a knife, he got a knife, he got a knife, he got a knife. And he said that several times, right?
Did he have a knife?
I did not see a knife.
Okay.
You feel me? We all got searched on our way in. You feel me? Like, I got my booty hole fondled. Fucking,
How
you
many
feel me?
buzz
Like,
balls did they pull out of it?
out of my asshole?
Yeah.
17 buzz balls.
I seen a blue and a green appear
I
tonight.
seen a red one too.
A red one. I seen a red,
Nigga
green,
had
and
all the
blue.
infinity stones. In that
Sounds like
Infinity
The
kidney.
light-
The infinity kidney stone.
it sounds like we got the police right here. You feel me? Like, we see the Popo gang or don't bang. All right, but
Bang, bang.
Feds. Oh, your ass.
yeah, the feds already tripping, right? We already have people fucking doxing the crib on behalf of fucking the torso molester himself, Sharp. You feel me? But
Or some other.
But,
What
hey,
is
hey,
up with you and these names? Where do you get them from? You be the
Sharp is so.
Stanley of our generation.
Yeah, I am. Sharp is so lucky that he now, like him, having unconsensual sex with several plastic dolls. Them dolls never consented to the sex, by the way. They had to have it. Now that is recycled out of the news cycle by this. Sharp is so unlucky he can't even he fails downwardly. Like I crash a car into the side of the building, get a promotion. Sharp tries to get in the news cycle, and he's still humping on fucking corpses.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because what goes up. Yeah, don't be too sure of nothing. Just always be.
This is the thing. Like I defy the laws of physics.
But stay humble.
I fail upwardly by the grace of God.
Respectfully.
Davey with $2. Why y'all ain't just let them run ones? Come on now. Well, great question. They were talking about let's run the ones. Let's go out to the car. Blah da da da.
You know, if fools really want to get at each other, they should do it to where it benefits the streets. Like, do a charity boxing match and really have fools squabble up, raise some funds, and, benefit the people that are part of it.
I would like to do that. I would like to have a fight with Sharp, and the monies get donated to, a battered women's shelter, or, you feel me? That's a charity of my choice. Sharp could choose, Sharp could choose a charity called, Justice for Rubber Dolls Church, you feel me? And
Justice for rubber dolls.
yeah. And then we could all do things for the community, right? But
Look at the kid.
the kitten's doing the most. Matter of fact, I want the kitten. I want the kitten.
He's like, no. You ran away.
Get him for me. Get him for me.
Hold on, again.
Get him for me.
Says
Yeah.
nope.
Oh, it's the homie right here. What's up, bro?
Hold him right. He's not a prop.
I be ling ling bopping. May Ling just took me shopping. Rob who? Pippi Long stocking.
Guaranteed what?
It's okay, Keys. It's okay, Keys. Look.
You ever sent him that?
Ba 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 ba. You feel me? This is my pocket rocket. Ba 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 ba. He's a gun. Ba 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 ba. Keys.
It's okay. You can scratch him, Kitty. It's fine.
Keys is not happy right now, huh?
Kitty does not like this here. Be nice to Kitty.
I love Kitty. All right. Marble, I love you more.
Marble ain't fucking with none of it.
Marble fucked with me. She was cuddling with me earlier. She said, I don't like mommy no more.
She loves mommy.
But she don't like you.
She loves me.
But she don't like you.
She don't like you. She's getting used to you though.
She loves me, kind of likes me, loves you, hates you currently, if we're being honest. But with that being said, shouts to Draco the cat. I did not hurt the kitty, all right? That's not animal abuse. Gosh darn it. My cats stay alive. We save these motherfuckers' lives. Sliding for Luffy. Justice for Luffy. We're not cat killers. We're the opposite. Captain Save a Cat. Fuck y'all thought. Yeah, Draco the cat, because we found him in a region where a lot of Mei Ling took a lot of people shopping in the neighborhood where we found the cat. So, and there's a big, it must have been the Stink Team logo above the venue.
Oh, he's so cute.
What do you mean, bro? They said I don't even inhale. Y'all tweaking, bro. Like I'm a real drug user. I'm a real drug user. Yeah. With that being said, guys, so at that moment, talking about street shit, was it wrong for Brandon to try to bring to the attention of the fact that suspect allegedly had a knife? From a street perspective, that's kind of snitchy, right? But I know he don't fancy himself a street guy like that. But it's like, okay, so is Brandon wrong? Chat, because I know the people in this room don't want to touch this conversation with a 20-foot pole. But maybe you guys will weigh in. So the chat's saying he's a civilian. Other people saying, nah, it's snitching. I mean, if you're a civilian and you're, even though he used to be from a gang, he used to be from 20s, but he's not now, and you don't claim or push a gangster agenda in any way. We don't get that from Brandon. But he be with, around gang members, and he pods with gang members, and he's was pushing the line for Marathon Burger, which is, and invited us to go with him, who was invited by the Rolling 60s, per his words, which is, per my understanding, a quote unquote gang. Well, if I saw anything, I would be cooperating a witness. But I will say this: I legitimately did not see it, and I said it at that moment. I, to this moment, don't know if Sus actually had a knife. I know that Brandon said that. I didn't see a knife. I know everybody got searched on their way in. I think Brandon said, "Oh, it's a little Swiss Army knife." So is it possible that he could have? I don't know. You feel me? I don't know, but I didn't see a knife. What I'm more concerned about is, did Brandon do the right thing by bringing that to everyone's attention? Was that kind of his way of being like, hey, this needs to be defused? Or is it just flat out snitching? No matter how you look at it. I feel like, I know that if it were me in that situation and I was like, oh, he got a knife, that would be the end of Lush One. Everybody would be like, oh, Lush is a straight fucking. And I've done so many things that you would think would be the enemy, but I'm telling you, that would be the enemy for real. Now, I also think that there's no excuse for bringing out a weapon in a moment like that. Especially, so I'm not saying he did, because I didn't see it. But if he did bring out a weapon, that's janky too. Even if you feel like somebody got the size on you, even if you feel like somebody got the drop on you, and I understand you're not going to get hurt, like you ain't going to allow that to happen to you, all that, I 1,000,000% understand that. But when you're dealing with people that are civilians and may call the police and shit, like, I understand, like, fade culture has gotten out of control because fades, and again, maybe this is just me aging myself. I thought a fade was two homies get down. Two homies get down, and it's a leveling process. The whole way people use the colloquial term fade has changed a lot since the fucking 1940s when I was a kid, apparently. And it means something different. Shouts to us hitting 300 live viewers. It is a beautiful thing that I hate that it has to be in the midst of this much controversy. And I do appreciate the support. Remember, this stream has no sponsor. This is just me doing it out the mud with the homies, and it's mainly just me going live talking to you about my events and what's going on in the world and my take on it, my beefs, my controversies, all my fire ass music. You get to see it recorded in real time live. Upcoming collabs with Bass God and Lil Yachty. All will be seen recording live. So shouts to y'all. And remember, I will not be addressing anybody unless they shoot a super chat. We have 304 live viewers. We peaked at 315. So shouts to all the hoes. You feel me? But with that being said, if you want me to address something, shoot the super chat. And you are my sponsors, because I do not currently have any major sponsors, and this has been really, really exciting. And I'm trying to go live for y'all every motherfucking day. All right. Cocaine bots in the chat, apples in the chat. Hold it, run it up. With that being said, pulling out a weapon, and so a fade means something completely different, but pulling out a weapon, do you feel like there's any circumstance, let's say you're the guy, let's say you're sus and you're getting into it with somebody and you know that person is a trained fighter who's got 100+ pounds on you, do you think that it's okay to pull out a knife? Or do you think that because you're at your job where there's already been physical altercations and you're potentially compromising the integrity of your workplace, that he should have at least waited until they was outside? Could he have spit then walk outside? I don't know. Is there different things that could have been done? I don't know. I don't know. And again, I did not see any knife come out, so I don't know if that was just Brandon's way of ending the fight or not. HVAC Dad with the $2 super chat, thank you very much. Said, why did Brandon leave? I think Brandon left because he was trying to be the mature one, because he knew that it wasn't going anywhere. The back and forth was just like continuing, and it was spiraling, and there wasn't anything positive that could have occurred from it at this point.
And it could ruin shit
So-
between him and No Jumper or something. You know?
Huh?
It also ruined the dynamic between him and No Jumper.
Yeah, Brandon cared more about his job supposedly, or his potential position at No Jumper and being the mature one. Although, is it okay? Conspiracy theorist brain on right now. Is it possible that Brandon did all this on purpose to set us up for failure?
Possibly.
Or am I just doing 10 munch and just being a fucking tweaker and
A
analyze?
little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Yeah.
I'm glad that you conveniently you have like a black dot on the tip of your nose.
That's why I was not planning on being on your live.
You look like you got blessed by the Pope, but like he was blind. It's like if Munchie B was the Pope, you feel me? And he just accidentally touched your nose instead of your forehead. But yeah.
Like I kissed you and got beard dye.
Yeah, you look like you made out with me and got beard dye on your nose.
Beard dye.
Here, fatty. So, I mean, is it possible that Brandon did all this to put sus in a trick bag? I think that's a very, very feasible. But okay, interesting point from DIWS. He said he didn't plan on getting spit on. This is true. And I think, but okay, I don't think he planned on getting spit on, but did he plan on doing whatever he could to agitate sus to the point where sus loses it, like he did the first time? That was his whole intention.
There's a term for that. It's where you set
Rage baiters.
No. You set. There's actually a study on that. People that set up the premise and then become the victim and then ride the victim narrative. But they set up the premise.
Yeah, it's literally. That's like literally is. I mean, I'm sure there's another word for it as well, but what you just described is rage baiting, and it's like
yeah. But there's like an actual like a psychological term for it. Like there's people that do that.
It's a similar vein as gaslighting, but not quite. It's a little bit different. Like
it's setting it up so that you look like the victim. You can totally tell that story, but you also created the issue.
it's super manipulation, is what it is. $2 from Hunter Hadley. You've been killing it lately. Show is crazy. LOL. Appreciate you, gang, and I really appreciate y'all rocking with me on these streams. Of course, the show always gonna be lit. I'll be back tomorrow on the show. Like I said, we got Poetic Flacco and the return of Compa Raider. I got some words for him. Me and Raider are not seeing eye to eye. There's gonna be some fucking tension, and who knows? You feel me? I might fucking no, I'm not gonna pull out a knife on Raider. I promise you. But we do have. Yeah, I might force fucking Raider to relapse because he acts like a fucking high-no when he's sober. But no, I definitely have some shit to say to Raider tomorrow, so I want y'all to tune in. I wasn't feeling how he got it. I wasn't feeling how he got it at LA Icon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling the direction of him trying to become the Latino Shade Room. You feel me? Like
I feel like he just doesn't know what he's saying sometimes. Like he does, but he doesn't know the cause and effect of it. Like his think his MO wasn't to piss them off, but more so to like make it spicy, and then it blew up. Like it was too spicy. You know?
Who, Raider?
Yeah.
Nah, it's got nothing to do with that. He had no intention. Like he was just sitting there laughing. But if like, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But if it's your homie like that,
Yeah.
and you're cool, you gotta.
Sidebar the right way.
Yeah, you got to sidebar the right way. You could have been like, "Oh shit," or you could have pushed back and asked questions like, "Wait, when?
Yeah.
When were they together? Are you saying that
This goes back
because
to the ESL class.
because
They don't teach this in school.
because it created so much ambiguity with them, like him just being like, "Hey, he didn't like." He said, Icon wasn't fucking with Baldacci because he was piping down Negra.
Yeah.
So, and that could mean like right now.
Well,
Like
one point
he didn't say fucking 17 years ago in
gonna
2008 before she went to prison. Like,
The only thing I will say is this: a lot of the people that jump into podcasting, they don't have media training. They're just regular guys with devices that set them off into the world.
but
So a lot of these people do not know, like when
you're fucking. You are moving the goalposts so much.
No,
You are
I'm just
shooting.
saying, they do
You got
not
Raiders
know
swinging
how-
from the white tees. You're talking about ESL classes. This is fucking like.
Well, he might. I mean,
That's not a fucking excuse. ESL classes is not a fucking
a lot
excuse.
of people just don't know, like how to converse or how to like introduce an idea or a person. Or
Hunter Hadley says he's got a song with Andy Dick and would love feedback. Please inbox me your song with Andy Dick. That sounds fucking insane. HVAC Dad has a question for you. He says, how does Germ feel about compa body shaming Linwood?
Oh no, that I didn't like. That's what I'm saying. Like, who hurt you? Because remember, he also didn't go out with Astrid, and he kind of like stood her up. So
And you can't body shame Astrid.
No, cannot.
Astrid is a baddie.
Yeah, she got body, and she's a baddie, and she's fought body. So.
Yeah. I mean, sturning down Astrid's sex fade is fucking maniacal work. It makes me really question your
But
sexuality.
Also, yeah, no, not that part, but also like, who hurt you, bro? Who hurt you? Like, obviously, it's a women thing, you know, like so. But who knows? I don't know that he's doing it out of malice or more like ignorance. Like, who knows?
Yeah, we got Lovely in the chat, by the way. Shouts to Lovely. She recently had a birthday. You feel me? Germ says what
Lovely.
Yup. Shouts to Norwalk's finest in the building. Y'all know what it is. You feel me? Okay. Doesn't oh shit.
Doesn't Compa Raider have a belly to be body shaming Linwood?
Sick
Like,
ass fool.
I'm just saying, like, just because you went to the gym a couple weeks,
Hey,
you still
shout
got
out
a little
Linwood.
belly, my boy.
Shout out Linwood. We love you, Linwood.
We love you, Linwood.
We love Linwood
Shout out to
and we don't give a
Linwood.
fuck what Poppy Ponson, aka fucking Comparator, has to say.
I'm gonna say this. Every single time I'm in my creative mode or whatever, it doesn't matter what piece of media I put out, there's always some dude talking about my weight or something. I'm like, damn, bro. If I were skinny,
But-
that would still be the issue. Like,
No. If you're skinny, they gonna call you a tweaker.
Yeah,
If
you
you're
know,
fat,
You
actually
don't have
not
tits,
good.
you don't have ass, you don't have
Just
this.
people get mad when you're, if you're out there on a soapbox and you're like kind of putting yourself out there, it's real easy to get picked on some physical. But just the fact that these people maintain like popularity based on their opinions or thoughts and shit, you gotta give it to them. So Linwood, shout out to you. And,
Yeah.
shout out to people like Lush. It's like, yeah. People,
Love you, Linwood.
Yes,
yeah, we're team Linwood and team fucking Icon and Negra. To be honest.
Shout out to Negra.
Yeah, shouts to Perrich.
I ain't mad at you, bro.
No, I'm mad at you.
I ain't mad at
I'm mad at you.
But
I got some shit to
definitely-
say.
Definitely talk.
You can hide behind the hyenas all you want.
No, but you
like
should
germ
get
free.
some media training when it comes to talking about women because that ain't it, bro. You can't just bring
Can't
out.
be body
See, the
shaming
other day
women,
I
you're
brought
a
up the
male,
Conejo
dude.
thing, right? But that's me like divulging. Hey, here's some scandalous shit from my past. It's
That's
better-
not scandalous shit from your past. Conejo having a crush on you and making a song about wanting to
But
fuck
it's-
you
but it's a
in
raunchy
2011.
story to tell. But it's a raunchy story to tell. You know what I'm saying?
But it's your story to tell.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if she would have brought something up alluding to the point, that would have been more in taste. It's just really lowbrow to do it when it came out the butt fuck blue. You know what I mean? And she was not expecting it, and it has nothing to do with what she's currently doing now. So
Well, also, this is like the jankiest part of the whole thing. Like, what did Negra do to
yeah,
y'all?
that's what I'm saying. She didn't do it.
She and y'all know her
She's
personally.
Well, that's why.
It's
y'all-
just-
y'all-
it's
but
just,
here's the
when
thing,
you're a
y'all-
baddie, it's really easy to pick
y'all know her personally, and because you mad at Khan, whatever you and Khan got going on, you mad at him, you gonna fucking bring up some shit from his China when it's not even true. Because my whole thing is, like, everybody looked at it different than me. The one, like, here's the one chink in that I thought was a chink in Icon's armor initially was I was like, damn, he's getting brown balled. They're trying to brown ball Baldacci. You feel me? And then, no, it turns out that's absolutely not the case. And Khan had the fire rebuttal and say, nah, motherfucker, I reviewed him. I gave his album an 8.5. All the people, exactly, all the people. But it's like this. It's called being an adult. It's called being an adult.
Well, I can't adult like that, but I mean, I'm glad some people can.
You should be able to.
I know.
You should be
There's
able
some people
to.
that are a lot better at adulting than others. That's probably more mature than most. You know?
Because, like, look, like
wouldn't do that.
he didn't even meet Negra until he was in his 30s, and 10 years after this whole thing she had going on.
Wow.
Whatever.
Why do you even bring it up?
If you're mad at me about my girlfriend from when I was fucking 19 or 20 years old, like, fucking, you're fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're using, and if I use against you your boyfriend from 2005, that's fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Unless he's currently like kicking it.
unless he's currently kicking it or some type of, yeah, that completely changes the dynamic. But Icon wasn't, not only was he not, like, they brought it up under the auspice of, yo, Icon's a fucking hater. You know what I mean? Like, that was Juan's
so the
whole,
context is Icon.
yeah.
It's just she
It
was
was
a
a-
stray that like.
He was like, so to be honest with you, like, here's an example of the fuck shit. Fuck it, I'll say it. Fuck it, I got a bomb for y'all.
I get it.
Da, 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 da. So Icon was blackballing people like Baldacci because Baldacci used to pipe Negra. That's what he said, it was piping it. So, and then, but the way he said it leaves so much room for ambiguity to people to be like, oh my God, does he mean today? Does he mean she cheated on him? Is Icon mad? Da, 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 da. That's some shade room fucking fuck shit, right? And
It's like a-
Raider,
it's a clickbait,
what
yeah.
Raider is supposed to do as a good podcaster, as a good journalist, exactly. Raider's like, what? I did what Lush would have done. I did what Adam would have done. I fucking kept the combo going. Yes, but it's okay to fucking push back, not be a fucking echo chamber of chisme. You feel me? Like, everybody's just repeating, laughing, pointing, kikiing, ha-haing. They're not actually fucking analyzing it. Or, like, you look at people talking about Lush as a glazer. Guess what? Every single pod, going back to the first time I was on the No Jumper show, this whole season, you feel me? I would pick a point that I didn't agree with just to go for a conversation, just to make it. Flacco does it all the fucking time. Flacco does not mean half the shit he's saying. Brandon does not mean half the shit that he says. That's why he contradicts himself so fucking much. But if you're a good podcaster, a good debater, know how to have good dialogue, you know when to push the fuck back. So that's a
Yeah,
real...
media training is definitely needed. I think like somebody should run a course in media where like, you know, you have to do enough of an aptitude in order to like get on the physical air, because you're gonna hurt people's feelings. You're gonna get your foot caught in some mess.
I mean, all this, fuck that. We outside, and if you say it, stand on it. And if you gonna laugh about it, like, stand on that laughter. You feel me? And keep that same energy. And just know that you might ruin relationships, might ruin friendships over laughter. I'm not gonna lie. It's happened to me multiple times. I'm not gonna get specific, but there are relationships that have greatly suffered. People that fuck it, I'll even talk. I didn't even think about this, but the whole reason me and Rich Trapper got into it, the whole reason, because you never hear me call him by his actual name, and he's not like an important enough person for people to know to that degree. But he's a YouTuber, and he got mad at me for laughing at what other people are saying on No Jumper, and me just joking along with it. He got mad at me to the point where he needed a public apology or a fade as a result, and he's not getting that because I didn't do anything wrong.
No,
But
a lot of the viewers are kind of like not all the way there. You know, there's a lot of people.
yeah,
to tune in and really pay attention to this much lore and this much whatever, you gotta have enough time for the fuck shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of the audience, I don't even feel it's all the way there. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of your fans are.
Forcing the niggas.
Yeah, of course. And people that are going to be gravitating towards me because I've made, like, not only is it clear that I have mental health issues, but I've been an outspoken advocate for people with mental health issues. I've cultivated a fan base of people that are outside of the box that feel like, they're viewed however they're viewed. And that goes back since when I was sober on No Jumper. I'm doing recovery podcasts, sobriety podcasts, fucking calling, and before that, even going back to like 667 days, like Baby Franco Chain, formerly known as Bobby, would tweet or say things like, "Hey, if you're having a rough time or you need someone to talk to, hit up Lush. Don't hit up me. Lush will talk to you." You feel me? And for years, like I've counted countless. I've taught countless people how to unaliving themselves. You know what I mean? Like literally, I had to distance myself from the amount that I talked to. And this goes back to the battle rap days. This is way before. You could I guarantee you there are people in this chat that'll be like, hell yeah, I'm one of those people. You feel me? Because I've done it. I'll spend hours a day talking to fans, supporters, whatever, to the point where I couldn't even do it no more. I still talk to fans, you feel me, a lot, and I try to, it's like I've violated the 48 laws of power, made myself accessible, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the fourth law, right? But, so, I'm not gonna lie, but I, care a lot about people. I care about my fans. And yes, a lot of people that are drawn to me as a person, the music I make, the content that I create, they might not be all there. A lot of them, or they might be what society says is not all there. But oftentimes, they're more fucking intelligent. Like the people I speak to are the fucking dreamers of their dreams. They're the makers of the music. They're the people that feel hurt and scorned and are fucking claiming their power back and not being hoes about it. That's what people resonate. That's why I resonate with people, is they've seen me get torn down, get knocked out physically, mentally, spiritually, so many times. But I keep getting the fuck back up. I keep fighting, and that's why Uno resonates with people. The perpetual outsider. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at. I'm not supposed to have made it. I'm supposed to have gone a completely other direction, but I followed my heart, I followed my passion, and I did want to do what I wanted to do. Now, I'm not gonna start fucking speaking too much about certain elements of my past, but I'll tell you what. There's a picture of the two kids that I grew up with. The two kids that were the closest friends to me, and they're both unalived themselves. So I don't know what the fuck. Maybe I did the right thing by trying not to be a part of the whole rich kid scene and try to hang out with them motherfuckers, the white people, because I'm not even gonna say the white people. This is like a very specific thing, but these people, these nepo babies unalive themselves. R.I.P. David Walsman and Jeffrey Stern. You feel me? Like, these were like people that were brothers to me. Parents were second parents to me. You feel me? Like, no longer here. I went a different path. I'm still alive. You can be like, oh, Les, you dumb as fuck. You've been running around in the hood. You could have gone a softer path. You got into drugs. You did all this stupid ass shit. Whatever persona that y'all think I'm trying to embody has been so deeply ingrained in me for so many years that this is me now. Whether or not you think this is me now, motherfucker. And it's really the same person I've always been from day one. I got the same people in my life. I've known the same people since preschool. Preschool. Look at my Facebook. You can see people from all walks of life that I've known since I was before kindergarten. All right. With that being said, I'm glad I chose the fucking path I went on, and I'm glad because these other rich kids are fucking J-Cats for real. Are green as fuck for real. And didn't learn how to fend for themselves for real. I got it out of the mud. I did it my way, baby. I'm the real Sinatra. You feel me? I'm the real Sinatra. So, yeah. I actually couldn't have, though. And here's the thing. I've made millions of dollars on my own, and I'm going to be up $1 million again on my own. without my parents' help, I'm gonna be up a million. Shit, I'm gonna be up a million probably by the end of next year. And when I say up a million, I mean I can cat off with a million. You don't believe me? Watch. People have seen me make this money, hella times, lose it and make it back. Cause I'm like that for real. All right, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm like. So regardless, regardless, I don't like what I saw transpire this evening because it potentially tricked one or two people out of a valuable position. And I hope that some resolution can be led to. I don't know. I can't speak for No Jumper Corporate. As a coworker and employee, I didn't see any weapons. I didn't see any spit even. If there was spit, it was definitely implied spit. And people are saying they saw spit. So it is what it is. I didn't see it, but I do think that the situation could have been handled differently. I do think that they didn't need to. I think they could have gone outside and taken that down the street. I think the conversation didn't need to deviate in the way that it did, and I tried my best to control it. And wish that there was more that could have been done. And hopefully, like I said, a peaceful resolution could be arrived to in the end. You dig? So it's really unfortunate for all parties involved. Suspect for doing exactly what Brandon wanted you to do. Brandon for I feel like Brandon, you could have been, though you didn't do anything wrong and you did only use your words. If you really want to uplift your fellow black man, your coworker, this other guy, like you said you did before when you were like, hey, I can see all of us on a show together. I want to lift Sus up. I want to see him do good. Like you said, then why continue to antagonize him with the BPS thing over and over again? That was a bit excessive. Suspect um, didn't need to react in the way he did, even though he did call you that name. You could have been like, man, we gonna talk about this afterwards because what I don't really know what could have been said, but I just know that violence always loses. It never makes anyone look cooler. It's kind of made me like look at some of the shit I've been doing recently as like how crazy it is. Like, damn, this is so out of character. We're supposed to be popping it, but I'm also at the same time down to beat the shit out of somebody. So I totally get it from both perspectives as well. Yeah, I'm. I don't. I didn't feel unsafe in any way. I don't feel unsafe. I don't feel safe. Um, I don't feel unsafe in any capacity, but hopefully, I mean, I know we're gonna get a word from the higher ups about what's cracking. No Jumper News is tomorrow with me, Compa Raider, who I got a lot of smoke for, and Poetic Flacco. So we gonna have a crazy pod, and I know we're gonna talk about this. I'm assuming. Well, I know Adam's back, so normally when something like this happens, Adam joins the news. It's a pretty fucking safe assumption that Adam will be on the news tomorrow as well to address this. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. So we gonna see what the corporate PR HR response is. I haven't spoke to Sus or Brandon since then. Brandon did the right thing in leaving. A lot of people, I think, I've been seeing saying Sus should have been kicked off and Brandon should have been allowed to stay. I don't know if Brandon wanted to move or. But I mean, earlier in the pod, Brandon said something about Sus like, oh, like motherfucker, you ain't gonna make it home safe. Like catch a fade. Da, da, da. So I don't really know. And I feel like that was, and Brandon brought attention to that. I don't know if he was really implying because Sus said you could just go home, not make it home from a fight, like get your ass so beat so bad you in the hospital. I don't think he was implying anything else, but I don't know. Then it just creates all this. There's a lot of confusion and ambiguity around that, and where that culminates. So I don't know. I do feel like I'm disappointed in all parties involved. I'm disappointed. I wish there was more I could have done to diffuse it earlier in the pod and kind of steer it in a different direction. Not really sure how realistic that is, especially also considering, I'm trying to not only do that, but make sure that and Munchie are included in the dialogue while maintaining topics and including Bizarre and hit certain points with Bizarre. I didn't even get to correlate Skilla Baby, and we didn't even get to talk about Skilla Baby surviving, getting shot, and get Bizarre from Detroit's take on that. That would have been really cool because there's just so many dynamics to play. In the meantime, Brandon is kind of trying to undermine my position in the pod by being like, Lush, why are we talking about this? And Lush, da, 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 da. Which I get it. He's being antagonistic, and I'm here for any intellectual or otherwise type fades. You feel me? Really mental sparring. I'm up because I'm smarter and more equipped for it than anybody, buzzy or not. So with that being said, I'm like, he's doing that, and I'm doing my best to maintain control while there's all these unforeseen crazy dynamics at play. I think I did a really good job until the very end, which I was trying to end it on a positive note, and then I think all of the negativity and just probing at each other they were both sick of it. Another thing that's possible, do you think that Brandon felt like Sus kind of had the ups? Because the general consensus seemed to be that Suspect was winning the clowning debate. So he's getting on Brandon's noggin to the point where Brandon feels like he gotta get Sus out of character because he getting roasted, or maybe just keep bringing up this one thing. But it wasn't the BPS thing that made Brandon wanna, or that made Sus wanna squabble. It was the bitch thing, him saying bitch, and that's understandable. But I just wish that Sus could have exhibited more maturity in that moment as well and didn't have to go there. But it's almost like, what do we expect doing what do we expect when it's like, like you light a match, it's gonna burn. And this is one of those instances. What's a marble? I feel like you better than the other kitty. You're still my baby girl. But you feel me? I don't know, bro. I don't know. To me, that's I stay with a shooter, so I ain't gotta worry about no type of altercations for real. If it's really like that serious. So I'm always what, but I'm actually. I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all should like read between the lines though. Do me a favor again. Can you plug this in, please? Thank you. Yeah, the B word thing is well, I gotta fucking plug in this motherfucker. What the fuck? Why was a 49-second short uploaded to my channel as unlisted? Did I accidentally clip something? But yeah, anyways. With that being said, I do feel like Brandon what was I saying about I'm harboring. They're not stray cats. They're adopted family members, and there's two of them, and there's not going to be more than two of them, right? Yeah. Oh, HVAC Dad, I missed the super chat. My bad, gang. Where's your super chat? I can't even find that motherfucker. I missed the super chat. Fuck. Chat going so I can't even what'd you say though, HVAC Dad? I know you've been I know you dropped some. So what did you say? Yeah. So the whole I was egging Brandon on. This is true. I was definitely egging Brandon on, and so it's like the fine line of wanting to get good content, not looking like a bitch, standing on 10, being a good curator, but at the same time, not allowing it to get too out of control. And, you know, y'all are lying about super chats now. What the fuck? Y'all are lying about super chats. I'm reading every single one. I've read them when they came in. Yes, Brandon is one of the best rage baiters. That is clearly what's going on. You feel me? I do not know. Shit. I'm getting a text that I need to respond to, but I don't want to get off stream yet, and I can't. This is the problem with streaming from my phone. I will I will return the homie's text shortly. I would Flacco didn't impress Munchie, but Flacco did ask him about. He said that he like wanted him to expand on the comments he made about Nip or Marathon Burger or something like that. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, weapons are a no-go under any circumstance. I understand needing and wanting to have them, but, like, in a work situation, although I didn't see the knife, the fact that it was allegedly there is all bizad and cannot be condoned or tolerated. Spitting is another one I'll say that cannot be condoned or tolerated. Motherfuckers can't fuck with that. Again, I didn't see actual spit, but I'm pretty sure we all know there was spit at this point. I mean, people carry knives for various reasons. It's dumb to be completely naked and lacking in Los Angeles, period. But and Brandon is a great rage baiter, but at what cost? And like, do you feel like it was because he was down? Like, chat, am I bugging? And like, was a general consensus that all the wee wee watcher and all the funny shit and just making Bizarre laughed and all that was kind of gave Sus the ups? I think it was W Sus up until that moment. But that moment, Brandon knew how to get him out of his character and he flipped the script on him. He flipped the script on him. I mean, if you scared, someone said if you're scared of squabble, you pick up a knife. This is true, but at the same time, like, if you pick up, I mean, motherfuckers are scared of a lot of different things in LA. And if you walking around and you don't have at least a knife on you, you asking for it. Around here, around my stompings, shit. Don't think fools ain't blicked up, and don't think fools ain't got knives. Like, don't ever assume that about anybody in Los Angeles. Foolish. But I mean, I'm not also a fan of the snitch reaction if there was in fact a knife that Brandon had. The snitch reaction, but I do get it too. Being afraid of being poked. You're a family man. Blah 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 blah. So, and it's like I feel torn because it is bombastic, larger than life, exciting content, but it's also all bizad. And it's also not the rep we want to have. And thank God that that did not happen while Bizarre was here. Thank God this did not happen while Bizarre was here. Per my understanding, nobody fought. So Brandon dipped. A lot of people saying Sus should have been the one to dip, but and I was getting I didn't even see all the texts until the end. Like I just saw like the last text from Josh when he said is you Raider and Flacco on the news, so I announced that. I didn't see previous texts from him or other people. But so this fool gets kicked off the or this fool dips, and by the time suspect left, he was gone. Everybody else left. The last two people in the building were myself and Donnie. So that's how it ended. Everybody had already been gone. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely. I mean, like, I wouldn't. Me personally, I would not pull out a weapon on anybody at No Jumper or in the office or period. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do that. I don't get down like that. I'm old as fuck. I don't think I should be used as the barometer. Although, like, I might be like the second oldest YN this side of Jim Jones, but or YC or whatever you want to call me. But yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm not gonna say what Adam said to me, but I will say that I would be expecting, if I were a betting man, I would say Adam probably going to appear with us on the news tomorrow and address this. So I would encourage everybody to tune into the No Jumper News tomorrow because that shit was epic. And I think Adam has also, you know, I think Adam understands the volatile nature of of these conversations, but it's never tolerated for things to go left to the point where violence enters the chat. And we at No Jumper, I know that we do everything in our power to prevent that line from being crossed. You dig? So, what do y'all think should be the course of action? Do you think there should be some disciplinary action? Do you think people should get in trouble? Do you think could be in any instance where we could see a resolution, a conversation, or a fight, or just some calming way to end the beef between Brandon and Sus, and we can all mosey on into the sunset for real this time? What do y'all think? Um, all my fucking life, this was not staged, and it's crazy because it looks hella staged, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Like, I'll keep it a million with y'all. Y'all can ask any question. You don't even need to send a super chat. I'll tell you if it was, what's been real and what's not. Like, I'll tell you this: the fucking me calling on Aaron the plumber was obviously fake. Now, I think that Whack really and Aaron the plumber might really have smoke in real life, in some degree. But I also think that that could be content. That could be a play. I don't know. This was not a fucking play. If y'all think this is a play, you're gonna be sorely mistaken. Because yeah, I don't see. I mean, the people like there might be some crazy conspiracy theorists that believe this to be fake, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. No, no, this really happened. It's unfortunate that it happened, and it's not cool that it happened. Nobody's getting any points for this happening. Um, yeah, the spit. You can't. I mean, apparently you can see the spit. I'm not gonna lie. The first thought that I had when Sus spit was like, oh, that was like kind of close to me. I guess so. I guess somebody filmed it and it's up. Like the unedited version is out. I don't know, or it might not be. But my first thought was that I get spit on because like that it was in my general direction, and I was like, damn, is some spare particles gonna hit me? But nah, it was apparently aimed pretty concentrated towards Bronin. Okay, so the fight is out apparently. I don't know if it is what's happening with Scarfy. What's up, man? Um, I don't know, Carnal. I do not know if the fight is really out or not. But I'm pretty sure it is. There was a bunch of people there. Matt North and them were in the building. You feel me? And Hefe's people, Munchie's people. I was solo, just me and my, just me and my shooter. You feel me? That's it. But yeah, it went left. It went left. I mean, shit. If I would have swung, I might not have a job no more. You're not supposed to swing. You're not supposed to swing. I did get up and I tried to break it up as quickly as possible. I did stand in the middle. You know, what I mean, if the unreleased footage is out, y'all see how I moved. Y'all tell me how y'all think I moved. If you think I was brave, if you think I was scared, if you think I did too much, didn't do enough, whatever y'all think. Apparently the footage is out. Y'all can check game. I tried to be as stand up as I could in that moment. It all happened really quickly. I did for like a millisecond, for a nanosecond, was wondering if I was spit on. Thankfully, I wasn't. That would have been awkward, especially because I wasn't the intended target. But from there, Sus was able to do the rest of the pod. We had an obscene amount of people super chatting, trying to put their 2 cents in. Not enough super chats though, but it was still a lot. And other than that, it was a great pod, and I want to continue to do debate pods with Brandon, and I would be ashamed if something happened to where Sus is no longer potting, because I feel like him and I have great chemistry, and I think he adds a lot to the platform. So I don't know how this is going to play out. I know people are really upset. Yeah, the Munchie's obvious reaction in that, and answer to fucking get out the way. What are they supposed to do? They're definitely did exactly what they were supposed to do. I felt like me, I had to be more in the middle as much as possible at that moment. So that's crazy. That's crazy. I uh Brandon Brandon and having this odd friendship. I'm not even gonna get into the zest allegations or whatever, but people making fun of Brandon for having like the zesty gay voice and then being friends with Rich Trapper, who like nickname is Rich Grinder because he had Grinder exposed on his phone, is fucking the fruitiest friendship I could imagine. But I'm not here for it in any capacity. But I will say that Brandon is understandably, I'm sure, upset about it, but he did handle himself pretty well, all things considered. Him bringing up the knife thing and like, look, I'll say this: I had a similar story happen to me, and not exactly happened to me, but I did wind up losing a job over this, and I'll tell you all about when I got fired from working at Philmon, Alki Davis company, and this is the reason I got fired. The day, so we had 2 shows in production at that time. Not only was I helping curate the Chief Keef Bang 3 album and was the artist liaison and A&R for Chief Keef, but my company that I owned at the time, and it was all of us that had this contract, had 2 business partners, my boy G Money and my boy Kashim. Shouts to Kashim from Six Deuce. Shouts to my boy G Money. You feel me? That's my brother. You see him all over with me. My A1, we known each other since we were babies. Me and G Money and Kashim had a deal as Fresh Coast Media Group. We weren't even actually employees of Alki David. We had a contract with Fresh Coast Media Group. We were getting 30 bands a month, and like we all had different roles. And 2 of the things we had going on was the Chief Keep thing, and we had 2 shows on Dish Network in production. One called Ether Weekly, and one called Road to Ether. Now, Ether Weekly, Road to Ether was a documentary series that was in production. I think, dropped the first 6 episodes, and that was talking about everything that led up to the Ether event. Now, Ether Weekly was a talk show, and it was me. At first, it was me, and my co-host was Erica Mena, and this lady, Aisha Epperson, who's an American Idol contestant, I believe, and then she wound up leaving, but me and Erica thugged it out for like 5 episodes, and then Erica got fired because her breath was stank. And we replaced her with Sibley Skulls, aka Sid Vicious, who to this day is a correspondent for the Raiders and a whole bunch of other stuff, and a huge media presence. And shouts to Sib, and that's the homie for life. She's dope as fuck, and was a great replacement for Erica, and her breath did not stink. But that show, I interviewed fucking Silk the Shocker, Trey D, We had hella dope guests on that show. I forget like all the people that we want. We had hella dope like Chris Brown. This shit was cracking, fool. It was super lit for a while. Oh yeah, because we also had the Mondo Tunes distribution service that Alki had already owned. So we're dropping the Bang 3 album under that imprint, as well as we had signed a single with Kid Red and Chris Brown. So like we were doing a lot of shit. Now that meeting, the first production meeting that I had where we were taking Ether Weekly from being pre-recorded to a live show and all the moving parts of that entailed. And one of my good homies, one of my best friends, not gonna say his name, was a part of it as well. He was faded. He showed up that day way too faded, off the bars and drunk. He pops up there. He got friction with the other homie. You feel me? They're both part of the production team. I brought them both over there. They wind up on the way to in the middle of the meeting as I'm like literally the budget just been secured. We're talking about the logistics, what it's gonna be like. Oh, we're gonna do this transition with the DJ. Da 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 da. We need this type of camera. Blah blah blah. This is how it's gonna go. Then we're gonna go into the battle rap segment afterwards. Oh, by the way, I also interviewed fucking Tom McDonald on that show before he was famous. So, yeah, fucking one of the biggest abominations and worst human beings to ever be associated with hip hop culture in any capacity got his first look on Ether Weekly. And Big C Styles needs his cut. You still owe Big C Styles. You feel me? Tom, Tom, Tom. I hope Big C Styles need his issue, player. You feel me? Because he's the one that brought you to fame. So don't forget, the streets know, Tom McDonald, don't be walking out here thinking you safe with your bitch ass. But yeah, I can't even remember all the guests. I'm trying to think. We had so many, like, there's so many hip hop legends and ill guests that we had on that show. It was short lived though. We only were in production for a few months. But at that production meeting, the reason why the show got ended and we got fired, or I got fired, and Fresco's Media Group almost lost our contract, but really I just had to be removed so the other homies could keep eating, was that my homies got into it. One of them approached the other homie and was like, "Hey, you need to take this shit seriously. You're about to fuck up our money." Then the other homie tells him like said some slick shit back to him. You feel me? Then the homie was like shut the fuck up before I beat your ass. And the other homie lifted up his shirt supposedly and said, "You know how I'm coming." Had Blick on him. So the other homie, who had been shot before, he fires on him. Then he said, "What? You gonna pull out Blick?" Boom, fires on bro. One of the other people in the office, some bitch. She was a hood bitch from Detroit. She wasn't no square bitch. She's a scamming ass hood bitch from Detroit, straight the fuck up. And she was all like, "Oh my God, he has a gun. He has a gun. He has a gun." Everybody starts tripping because she said he has a gun. She wasn't scared of a gun. Wasn't nobody going to do nothing with the gun. That was between the two of them. She happened to ear hustle from her little cubicle off to the side, heard that, and then wound up, bro, the homie had to dip, I had to dip, blah, 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 blah. Next thing I know, I'm fired as a result of the homie up in Blake in the office. And he didn't even up Blake. He just fucking lifted his shirt and showed it. And the other homie fired on him. And my boy wasn't going to shoot up the motherfucker. It wasn't going to be nothing like that. But the bitch felt compelled because she wanted to cause a scene. She wanted motherfuckers to get in trouble so she would be closer to fucking the Game of Thrones hierarchy people had over there. The other employees didn't like, or the employees didn't like that we were big dicking everybody in that office, and that office moved on our accord, whatever shit we had going on. So she was on some Mickey and Tricky shit. She wasn't scared of a motherfucking blower. She was trying to get the homies up out of there. And that's exactly what she did with her dumbass. So if y'all think that I'm tweaking and she really was scared, you can let me know in the chat. But from my perspective, she was bogus, and that was a little bit similar vibe I felt from Brandon mentioning, "Oh, he got a knife. Oh, he got a knife." Like from my real soul, from my soul, I think that was excessive and unnecessary And especially when you like, look, no one deserved to get stabbed. No one should ever feel uncomfortable like that. But you so super tough guy, right? Like, how's him having a knife gonna even change the dynamics of the fight? You're gonna be able to disarm him, blah blah blah, 3 fucking chess moves. You're so much stronger physically that it don't even matter. So there was no real reason to say that he had a knife. Y'all can't convince me otherwise. And I'm not against Brandon. I fuck with Brandon. I think Suspect is wrong. I think Suspect shouldn't have spit on him. And Suspect shouldn't have, like, the fight it shouldn't have escalated the way it did. However, Brandon saying, like, oh, he got a knife was not. Tell me why it was necessary. Like, on what intellectual perspective, street or not, why was it okay for Brandon to say that? How was that not doing 10 much? Tell me. Let's go. Brandon is hilarious, if you know the context. I think you can take Brandon. You should knock him out, Lush. Absolutely not. Because he alerting security. Yeah, the security is right there, though. The security was like, so what is he alerting? What is he alerting the security of exactly at that moment? The security's already, they're already separated. They're already, I guess at that point, like, it was the first time he said it. Maybe he's a little bit excusable, like, whoa, it's a surprise. Like, oh, you got a knife, you got a blade on you, you strapped, homie? Hemmy's got the strap, Hemmy? Like, what the fuck? Like, I understand that, but then to, like, say it 4, 5, 6, 7 times afterwards, after they've already been separated, I don't think he needed to say that. And I think that made the situation a lot worse for all parties involved. And now it's like corporate's going to intervene. How corporate's going to intervene. And that is very unfortunate. And that was reminiscent of the situation that I had. Even though it wasn't the homies, people that I brought there getting into it cost me a motherfucking 7-figure deal. 7-figure deal. We were already up. Like, I had already profited like $500,000 myself and was poised to make another $500,000. Like we had already had millions put into the projects that were greenlit on our behalf. There's budgets open totaling way into the millions. So, fuck, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I might have even been a whole M up myself, but at that point, I might have been. I generated way more than that. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. If y'all want me to address anything, I'm gonna give y'all a few more minutes to hop on a super chat. If not, I'm a dip. If y'all can tell me what was being said by Brandon on the Rich Trapper stream, I would love to know, so I could address any of it right now. What do you mean? What do West? You know the fuck this means? West Low, stupid. From the west side of things, born and raised. So, Darnell Darden said, why were they on the schedule together anyway, knowing they had previous issues? They were on the schedule knowing that they had previous issues because the idea was they could transcend it, have a good conversation, and we could have an inevitable conclusion to this story arc of them getting into it. And then really the ultimate goal is we see Sus attain a new height as a podcaster, and now he's able to have intellectual discourse and not be brought out emotionally of his better self and into a place where he's now getting into altercations. That was the goal. Unfortunately, that was not the result. QB Prince for $2 said suspect backed off and ran. What a fraud. Is that so? Y'all tell me. I need to look at the footage so I can really tell. And what did I look like? I feel like I stood on 10 and did my best to help diffuse it, despite it being kind of a precarious situation. Do y'all feel like Brandon was? I'm laughing at my ass off at one of the things being said in the chat. Ooh, Oh, I want to address it so bad because it's so funny and so accurate. But y'all know the rules. Y'all got to fucking shoot a super chat. Thank you, Chuck Taylor said you did your thing. Oh, y'all couldn't see shit. No, I know what I did. I want to know how it looks on camera and how y'all perceive it. Because oftentimes somebody's perspective might be a bit skewed if they're in the midst of it. So that's why they say it's hard to see. You're too deep in the weeds to see in our perspective. So apparently it's on Reddit. Shit. Matter of fact, Germ.
What? What?
Could I want to go look at the No Jumper Reddit to see this damn footage, but I can't get off live.
What?
I want to go look at the No Jumper Reddit, but I can't get off live.
No, I'm cooking.
Or you are cooking. See, I got someone that loves me to cook for me. Sharper don't know nothing about that. So okay, y'all tell me, what he's saying because I need one person have two tabs open and the rest of y'all just post here. We don't need more fucking viewers on a homosexual platform. Like y'all should be here. But tell me what the fuck they talking about, bro. Don't use words like that, little leaves. That's racist. Smokey from Don't Be a Menace. Lush, would you win a fight with Sharp? Absolutely. I'll beat the fucking dog shit. Sharp doesn't beat anything besides torsos, bro. The fuck? Who knows though? He might be getting his slap boxing bars up, beating up Bernice the breast. That's his favorite torso. She replaced Lydia, Claudia, and fucking Mildred. I'm not gonna lie, Brandon is not a bitch in any capacity, and I would not want a fucking squabelli. I would not want the squabelli for no Chanelli with fucking with Bucciarelli. I am smooth, but I'm down for any debate smoke that he's got because we already know I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. Spot him. Got him. But yeah. Yeah, obviously I'd fucking beat the shit out of Sharp. Brandon is a lot more solid than him. You are correct. Okay, what I definitely, there's no way it was a Rambo knife. So I heard them say Swiss Army. I didn't see the motherfucker. I saw my life. I'm not even being on some street code shit or some slick shit. I legitimately did not see the knife. Thankfully, Brandon did if it was real, but. What's Brandon saying? I have a family. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. There's a gap in the footage from them spitting. Them already broke up yelling. The size of the knife gonna get bigger every day. Oh my god. It's possible. What the fuck? I will say Lush is a great host and interviewer and diffuser. Without Lush, No Jumper is boring. That's coming from Papa Pug. I fucks with you, gang, and your perspectives. Live your truth, brother. Live your truth, brother. And Hefe. How did and Hefe dry snitch? How? No, he did not. Yeah, that boy getting done slimy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know. I'm talking to the guy in the chat. I'm not even gonna mention a certain weirdo that he keeps bringing up, but yeah. Travis Tillard, my dog Trill Dog said, "Hey, we need to give Luscious flowers for hosting like a G lately, big dog. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Ganglandia. Detroit guy. First of all, you're not going to refer to Bizarre from D12 as quote unquote Detroit guy. We had Bizarre from D12 on the podcast today. We had Bizarre, hip hop legend, Bizarre. All right, not Detroit guy. motherfucker. You fucking kids. You fucking kids. All right? Thank you, Juju Rose. Facts, you always hold it down when Adam leaves. I appreciate that. I knew my best to keep it exciting and entertaining. We ain't gonna be on no Custer shit. That's why tomorrow I got words from motherfucking Corporal Raider. I got smoke for Raider first thing in the morning. And we're gonna see Adam fucking with his verdict on this whole situation. Bang bang. We gonna see. We gonna see. I ain't see suspect with no motherfucking knife, gang. That's right. You said 7th Street. Hell, you right near the hood. Bizarre had already dipped from the podcast, but Bizarre was only originally going to be there for a short amount of time. Bizarre was only going to pop up. I didn't even know Bizarre was going to be there until earlier in the day, but was very excited to hear that. And was told that, like, I thought we were going to just do a little intro with Bizarre, kick it for a minute, talk about some shit. Then he was going to dip before we even covered topics. But he was having so much fun and enjoying the pod and feeling the vibe, so he wound up staying for as long as he could. He had a video shoot with Be Real from Cypress Hill tonight. So that's where he had a hard out at a certain time. Boom, he dipped way before. But I'm very glad that Bizarre was gone before this bullshit happened, because that's lame. But like, I feel like for as many fades as like I'm supposed to catch, I feel like Brandon is racking up all kinds of fades between Suskerb, Sans Knife, fucking RXK Nephew, Whack 100, Tariq Nasheed. Like, you got a lot of fades. A lot of fades. Yeesh. Okay, how did Anhefe say he had a knife? I never heard of Anhefe. Anhefe, just like we all acknowledged, we heard Brandon say he had a knife, but who saw the knife? Nobody saw a knife besides Brandon, per my understanding. I'm not saying Brandon's lying either. I'm just literally saying, and don't try to put dry snitching or saying allegations on anybody when that's not the case. 6K live for us is not even that crazy. For us to have 6K live without Adam there shows the strength of Lush One and shows the strength of the excitement around the inner conflicts of our staff when motherfuckers get into it, like Brandon and Almighty. People wanting to see that, Sharp could never be put in a position like that. None of the other people that left or got fired could be put in a position like that. It's only someone like Lush. Or Free Brick, the GOAT. Free Brick, I'm White Brick. You're pretty much getting the same thing either way. But, so, Lush, is there a problem with him saying he had a knife? He is not a gang member. I mean, look, like I said, to me, I understand it, like, from a visceral, like, human, like, gut reaction, how you're going to respond, but explain to me how that's not snitching. Like, I get it, he don't fancy himself a gang member, even though he used to be one, and when it's convenient for arguments, he'll utilize that. And I know I got debate smoke for Brandon, but I got no real smoke from him. I actually like, don't fucking tell his fat dumb ass how I fucking like Brandon. I fuck with Brandon as a human being. But regardless of all the gay shit he be doing, regardless of him being friends with Rich Grinder and all that weird shit, like, I actually fuck with Rich Grinder. I didn't have a problem with till he tried to fucking do some weird shit to me. Like, I thought he was all right. And Brandon, I still don't have a problem with, and I don't want to see anybody hurt, him or Sus. But objectively, the knife thing and the way, I don't know, it sounded a little bit snitchy, but also maybe it's his way of like being like, look, I want to fight this guy, but he's bringing out a knife. That's some sucker shit. He's trying to highlight Sus's cowardice, potentially. I think that's probably, if I'm like putting myself in Brandon's head, I don't think it was to try to like, because he was scared and trying to snitch. I think it was more him trying to highlight that Sus is scared. But it's still snitching, regardless. So, Juju Rose, I trust your opinion generally. What do you, you say you just watched it. What did you see? Other than that, it was a fire stream. I totally agree. I mean, pulling out a knife. Yeah, I mean, I do have to be neutral. I am neutral. I am neutral. Would I fight suspect again? I have no reason to fight suspect again. Why would I? We barely had a reason to fight the first time. I didn't want to the first time. That's not snitching. Having a knife isn't a crime, said somebody. Somebody brandishing a weapon in a physical altercation is against the law. You're wrong. Not only that, but you're not allowed to have weapons at no jumper. So having a knife at your job get you in trouble with your boss, get you fired, right? It's not just like the police. Sure, the cops aren't gonna come like, oh, he has a knife. Let's arrest him. They said he got a knife. Oh my God! Calling all cars. Calling all cars. He has a knife. No, but it is like potentially, if something did happen, that then it would be evidence in that altercation. If something does happen in the future, it can be used as character witness evidence. If who knows if bro you're gonna get in trouble or not? I don't know the answer. I don't know. Do y'all think? Do y'all think he gonna get in trouble? Y'all think Adam gonna fire him? Y'all think Adam's even thinking about fire? I don't know. I don't fucking know. These are the questions that people are asking me. I don't know, and I'm not gonna inquire. And if I did know, I ain't gonna tell y'all motherfuckers. How's that fly shit? How's that fly shit? No, I don't think Adam, there's no way. Look, Adam likes excitement, engagement, and controversy. He does not want controversy to that degree around the job site. So, if I would imagine, okay, so Juju Rose said it herself. She said Brandon is a Karen. So, $2 from Dragon Balls 420. What you think about sus spitting on dude? Valid. I mean, I'm not a fan of spitting on people in general, unless it's on some freaky shit with a girl during sex, like consensually. But even then, spitting, I'm not a fan of spitting. Was it valid? It seems to be Sus's go to mood when he feels disrespected and is about to fight. Because when me and Sus got down, he ain't spit on me. But I feel like we had already kind of come to terms with the, you feel me? We were already like squashed before we fought, but we just had to fight. You feel me? But I don't I don't get or like the spitting thing. Was it valid? I don't think there's really any circumstance where that's valid or any of this shit. Like, this is supposed to be a podcast. This is supposed to be a conversation. Nothing else. As soon as it becomes anything else other than that, it's a L. No matter what. You really should be allowed to say whatever you want. There really should be no limits. But like we said, like we discussed the other day on the No Jumper Show, everybody's got their triggers. We know we know Almighty Suspect's limit. We know. I mean, did Brandon get out of character? Did Brandon get out of character by having to ask, by keep bringing up the BPS thing? Because like Sus wasn't bringing up shit like that with him. Like he was just calling him names and joking around, blah 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 blah. But I mean, Sus is dead wrong for turning it into a fight, regardless. So I'm going to grab my motherfucking bong. I'm gonna take a bong hit. I'm gonna wind down. I'm gonna end this motherfucker soon. You feel me? Unless y'all keep dropping fatty on a player, because yeah, fool. I gotta wake up early and do this whole thing over tomorrow. We gonna see. We gonna see. Oh, Shorty's making enchiladas. Who do you think make the best Empanadas. I know the answer, by the way. Guatemalans. Enchiladas. Well, I got a Guatemalan and a Mexican in there. Now I'm exploiting it. Costa Ricans, oh no, they do got some fire too. It looks. Whoa, Russia, y'all are bugging. Y'all bugging. I'm gonna take this bong hit and Skype out this motherfucker. Let me see some cocaine modern emojis in the chat. Let me see some W lushes, W streams. Let me see, you feel me? Run up all the new music, you feel me? Get excited for the new music streams. Please run up all the songs that I've been dropping. Please run up Bang Bang's new album, Shadow Work. It's going crazy. Um, Fuck with the homie Mango's music. He gonna be dropping, going crazy. Um, Shouts to Brandon and Sus. Shouts to Munchy B and Young and Hefe. I'm really sorry that they wound up. The pod culminated in the disagreements that it did, and it was so hectic. Fools felt like they had to fight and spit and allegedly upblade, upapilero. So I don't know, man. No, bro. I'll be very. I mean, let me ask you. I would be. I mean, obviously, I don't want. I don't care what anyone else says or how they treat. Like, I do not want. I would be sad if and his job, especially me knowing him and his family. He got a kid and all that. Got kids. How this would affect his income and his life. I would not like to see him lose his job under any capacity. That would really suck. And I'm not sure how the fans will feel about it either. You know, but it's a tough situation. I totally understand it too. Like not wanting to. I mean, that's a bit of that could be considered a liability, and these are things that happen which can't happen. And I'm glad things weren't worse. You know, but
While the food's getting ready, can you kind of bust some drink?
yeah,
After stream. After.
I'll damn near take them with me. I'm not here to fucking count the next man's pockets, but no jumper is actually a pretty lucrative job. Motherfuckers get paid more hourly than like heart surgeons do, if you break it down. So if you're working, you can make a decent. You can make some decent money if you work hard. I don't know what Sus's monthly checks are, but I also know that being on No Jumper, beyond what No Jumper pays you, leads to again other opportunities. And if you're a hustler, you know to get out there and get to it. You gonna get a bag one way or the other, regardless, just based on that affiliation. And you'll get booked for more features. You'll get booked for more performances. You'll get booked for more shout outs, blah, 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 you know, social media posts, like sponsors. So, yeah, that would probably be a pretty devastating L for him or anybody to lose. Like, yeah, no, he don't want to fucking lose that job. And it's more money than y'all think it is. And probably less money than I'm making it sound like it is. I'm not trying to act like motherfuckers are rich off of it. But it does, if you're smart, it can put you in a good position.
Baby pot? Little baby pot you could see with the
If only fools could have just made diss tracks instead, huh? If only fools could have made diss tracks instead. Whew. Ain't no Pookie Bog, you wildin' fool. Y'all know the mechanism for smoking the mechanism for methanism is very different than this. Bong's relatively clean, brother. Bong is relatively clean, brother. So what do you think? Should I go for a walk with y'all through the trenches? Should I take a walk to the Sevi and drink?
For me, a beatbox and for her, a beer. You know which one? The Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger?
For her.
Alright.
For me, a beatbox or give me a Voodoo Ranger.
Alright, I'll be right back. $5 from John. What happened after the show was over with Brandon and Suspect? So, after the show was over, well, John, let me tell you, after the show, Brandon had already been dipped. If you watch, we continued the show after the incident. And I want to give props to Donnie for knowing exactly when to cut the camera, because if that had been on video, I don't know, that could have been bad YouTube strike monetization type beat, right? So I just realized. So that right there would have messed things up considerably. That fool just dipped. Or no, so like Brandon left, and we continued the pod without him for like a good 20 minutes or some shit. You know what I mean? But I'm feeling lazy, guys. I don't even want to walk to the damn stove. I'm gonna fucking drive to that motherfucker, no cap. I'm gonna drive to that motherfucker. Feeling lazy. It's late. I've been on stream for fucking hours. Y'all have literally been watching me since fucking 4 p.m. I've been live for damn near the whole time. If not, I know jumper than over here. Y'all know I'm dedicated to this shit. And I love y'all motherfuckers. Ooh, did y'all just see me commit a GTA? Nah, just playing. But yeah, so that's what happened. By the time I was done, whatever. By the time the pod was done, this fool was already fucking had been gone for a while. So another $5 from John. Who else was it to have Suspect and Brandon on the show? Whose idea was it? I'm not sure whose idea it was. It was something that we all kind of collectively thought was a good idea. I had suggested it multiple times. Be like, yo, we need to. And I'm not sure what Adam's like initial take was, or actually no, it was Brandon's idea. Like we'd all been talking about it, but this came about by Brandon in the debate with me, saying I challenge Almighty Suspect to come do a podcast, and we'll go on the pod, and I challenge him to like an intellectual debate, and to fucking keep that energy, whatever the fuck he wants, it is what it is. But like, I want to see if he's capable of actually being smart, being intelligent, and handling his sidness as a fucking creative thinker. And he kind of got not the result he deceivingly wanted. So I don't know. I don't know, man. That's whose idea it was. Like to really like that put it out there, and then we were all talking about like what are we gonna do without Adam on the show. Let's wanted to have an interesting show, and I got a text and said this is the lineup, and I was like, okay. looks dope, and it was amazing until it wasn't. So everything is cool, and let's be honest, guys. Like, this could have been so much fucking worse. Nobody got hurt. Everybody's fine. It's all Gucci. You feel me? Nothing bad happened. Like I said, no one got hurt. It could have been so much fucking worse. That's the main takeaway. Like, security did their job. Fucking staff did their job. Everybody reacted accordingly. Got a little spunky, but it could have been a lot spunkier, right? So, with that being said, I think that's the main takeaway people need to have. $5 from my boy John once again. Thank you, my boy. He said, "Do you think Brandon is a buster for not waiting for suspect outside after getting spit on?" I mean, no, I'm not gonna say he's a buster for that. Like, that's so funny that that's a narrative. I guess something my dog Robbie in the building. What's happening? That's my bully right there. See, they love Uno everywhere. My dog Ravi, fool. One of the jankiest sevies in the city, but I fucks with it. That's funny that that's even a guess. I mean, I think the more busterish thing is the bringing attention. Then he's also, suspect alluded to him not making it home safe. So maybe he's like not a shootout. So I don't think he's a buster for taking the mature route. There's no way that can be looked at as busterish. But I also think that he, everybody has their own perspectives. Y'all think that? That's like a trying to find responses. These, I guess. I mean, yeah, he did. Like, that's another thing. Like he could have probed in different ways. There's so many points he could have made. Why do you keep bringing up the shit about BPS or whatever? Why do you keep doing it? It's like you're purposely trying to get under bro's skin. You feel me? I get it. That's part of it. Oh, Voodoo Ranger, that's what she wanted. Boom. She said Voodoo Ranger, toilet paper. They said a beatbox. I only see Twisted Tea. She gonna have to drink a Twisted Tea, no cap. She gonna have to drink a Twisted Tea. Not low-key IRL streaming, what the fuck? This is totally done on accident. Am I flirting with IRL streaming nowadays, guys? I kind of hate that that's a thing. Ooh. Buzzy Wuzzy for your cuzzy Wuzzy. Don't play with me. Yeah. Come on, where's my? I ain't even getting no Apple emojis. Y'all don't even love me. Thought y'all loved me. Yeah, BBL Uno. BBL Uno. Sharp makes love to his torso. He's got a collection of torsos. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You better skirt skiggities, player. Sheesh. Ravi, you know I got your back, homie. These fools is not playing out here, gang. Please don't get my shit demonetized though. $5 from John. Objectively speaking, what do you think the most of LA's opinion on branding spin on and doing nothing is going to be? Okay. All right. I got you, John. So, I think that a lot of people in LA are going to be like, oh, he should have stayed back and handled his candle. He should have got busy right then. Hey, he a weirdo. He should have got down right then. Come on, bro. You know the way these narratives get spun and ran. Oh, that is what she asked for, huh? Hey, let me trade this out for one thing. Yeah. Let me get this instead. Someone in the young chat put me up. Rishi hopped into action, gang. You wasn't playing with him, huh? It won't scan? There. Yes, sir. So you got me back to, please. We're not playing out. Cool. Thank you, brother. You too. All right, my boy. Be smooth, gang. You already know what the fuck we on. Never a dull moment. Even when it's a dull moment. You got motherfucking Phil from Cheers walking by. Hey, Phil. Shouldn't you be at Cheers right now? The fuck? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. They have taquitos at 7-Eleven. They have taquito. Fuck yeah, they do. What? I'm not gonna lie. Call me fat. Call me American. Call me whatever the fuck you want. But them motherfucking glizzies, call me a fucking homosexual like Rich Grinder. But them glizzies, phenomenal glizzies. Phenomenal glizzies. Yo, what is Bon Jovi, son? Yo, meet me at the God Hour, son. Yeah. I quite enjoy a glizzy from the Sizzy. Damn, fool. I got my bitch cooking enchiladas. That's a lot of cheese, Lush. All the ops is getting nada. That's an awful lot of all the awful-ladas. I'm out the top of that I'll stuff your bitch like an empanada. Uno is so cool. I need to hit the booth again. Uno is the hardest, bro. Let's go. Yeah, if you're hearing it from the glizzy connoisseur, $5 from John. Hey, hey, John. You feel me? You making this all worthwhile, player. Hold on. Let me see what you're talking about before I get in a traffic accident. Homie, I know my order of operations, player. I know my order of operations. What did folks in them say? Can't even read it yet, gang. Can't even read it yet. Can't even read it yet. I'm a redirect. They're seeing me. I'm in a fiendish section. I got shots of 4 extras and he's from the hood that reps that clover like a leprechaun. Bitch, I'm like Justin Timberlake and T.I. because they gonna love me when I'm dead and gone. Whew. Okay, what does the super chat say? John said, how ironic is it that both Flacco and Brandon got spit on at no jumper? I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. It was definitely giving 16 shot him vibes. It was giving 16 shot him versus Flacco reminiscent energy. Like, that shit just went left quickly. Went left quickly. I was like, who are these toxic ass signers? Jesus Christ. Park the car right. Shut the fuck up. Not me like staring at two bitches and it was my girl and the homegirl. Yo, I make bitches uncomfortable like Sharp, so I fucking torso because they can't talk back, bark, or even fart. Damn. I look like a human aardvark. Tabernacle, that's church language. I got a new torso named Abigail. You can, after I hit it a few times, you consider her stinking. This is not a difficult, wait, this is difficult, hold on. This fucking car is parked retarded, bro. A lot of lying citizens like me have to do spectacular things. I wish y'all could have seen this parking job. I'm so ill. Oh, I'm so ill. Oh, yes. I'm the illest motherfucker alive, bitch. Oh, I'm so ill. Yeah, I'm so true. I'm the illest motherfucker alive, bitch. I'm not even drunk, stupid. The fuck have you? Y'all have been seeing me on stream for hours. You've seen every beverage I've consumed. I'm clearly not drunk. I'm about to be a little bit more drunk. But
Back up very little bit. Just a little bit.
you said what?
Trust me, back up a little bit. You're too close.
Okay. I'm glad Jerma's here to correct my parking. Torso will never tell you how to repark, church. See, that's the problem, Lush. You ain't got no ism. Torso will never talk back to you. Tell you how to park. Tell you how to drive. Tell you how to live. You letting the bitch control the narrative, church. Torso don't run shit around here. Get your pimpin' up, Lush. Get your pimpin' up. Nah, fool. Y'all got to admit that was fucking funny.
I'm gonna park the car. You're still.
All right, fool. Do that.
Yeah, because I don't like this.
I mean, okay, you're going to see that there's...
No, there's plenty of things.
All right. You got it under control, Chief.
Look at it. Yeah, let me show you how to do it.
All right, show me how you do this, son. Yo, word up, B. Yo, we live in the towns, B. Huh? It's not, motherfucker. What is you talking about? She stays saying some dumbass. Torso will never talk back, church. Yeah, I mean, I am in O Block, so what, fool? Yo, I sold twat on O Block. I'm such a pimp. I'm a drill pimp. I sold twat on O Block. This torso never talks back. It's funny. Fuck human interaction, church. It's gonna nut inside some plastic. Okay, that is a better parking job, objectively. I mean, you're like a little bit closer to Brennan.
Look at him. He can go in and pull the fuck out. I'll give him space.
Pause. Do you want to ride in the backseat of a caddy? Chop it up with my torso. Do you want to ride in the backseat of a caddy? Think about being a torso fucker. I'm gonna hit it from the back, all angles. In fact, all you need to do is add some lube afterwards and get it back. Cause it's sharp on the track. I'm crushing the cranes like this and like that. Like this and like that. Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a Pinto? Chop it up and fuck a torso. Do you wanna ride? I'm sorry, that shit is funny as fuck, bro. Oh yeah, we wanna ride. I need some more Astroglide. Loop it up, get it right for church when I'm coming home. You better get in that bed. Nah, Shannon, I'm sharp, and I'ma fuck this torso instead. It even gives head. Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a Pinto? Fuck another torso. You letting the bitch run the program, Lush. That's a problem. You know what? You're right, dude. I totally am. Well, guess what? Now's the time for me to stage a rebellion, stage a coup d'etat. I think everything's coup d'etat. Ooh, it's not. Watch me, I'm about to go off. I'm gonna crash out. Crash out. I'm getting pumped up to beat this bitch's ass. Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a Pinto? I'm fucking up plastic torso. Oh yeah, I wanna ride with the Astroglide all night. Yeah. Do you wanna ride? You wanna hear Sharp's new song? He got a remix. Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a Pinto and fuck another plastic torso? I thought it was funny. All right, I got you a Voodoo Ranger.
Yes, thank you.
Thou art welcome. I got you a Sprite.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got you a Super Sips.
What the fuck, Super Sip?
This is the only beat.
Bro, that's not the only beat for it.
It is.
That's the only thing you look for. It's all good.
It's totally not, and I have video evidence that it was either that or a Twisted Tea. But you're welcome. You can trade it for my Buzzball if you want.
Siri, turn off alarm.
Do you want to ride in the backseat of a Pinto? That's a nay from me, church. I've been fucking them torsos from all angles for shizzle. You know, I got the ism of shit show. I don't need a bitch, I need a torso. I'm fucking her just like a porno. That's my old boss. He used to do that until I lost my job because I didn't put up any numbers, though. I should be a fucking plumber, bro. Church. Do you want to ride? I'm trying to do it with the do or die cadence. Like a mid 90s Chicago sniping cadence.
You don't gotta do them more.
You motherfuckers got me dying, fool. I'm talking to myself, by the way. In the backseat of a car. In the backseat of a Pinto, fool. Yeah, he is yeah. Why would I ever talk about doing drugs with Riff Raff? I would never put Riff Raff on blast. That's Jody High Roller. He's never done a drug in his life, homie. They call me Jody Low Roller. Sharp is not outside. Stupid, I was just outside, bro. You gonna have to do better than that. Sharp is making tender and ginger love to a torso right now. His favorite rubber torso. He's got Key Sweat playing in the background. He got candles lit. Hey, church, there's nothing wrong. You got to be romantic with the torso sometimes, dude. I promise you, he's not here. Sharp outside with Brandon and Rich Trapper. Where's the machine at the sandwich shop where you take a number?
She looks evil as fuck right now.
Marble, you want no smoke, play girl. There's already been enough violence today. But again, I'm gonna bring it back to this point. Could have been so much worse today, guys. Here's the y'all. Here's the God for intervening and not allowing anybody to get hurt and keeping. It's all just implied entertainment purposes. It was all a skit. It was all a skit. It was all fake. Ha ha, we got you. Ha ha, we was running the play the whole time. Never really happened. Ha ha, stupid. All y'all dumb as fuck. I wasn't supposed to say nothing, but it was a play the whole time. This never happened. You guys are dumb as fuck for believing it. Ha ha. Stupid. Dijon. Oh, you like the Dijon Paul and RuPaul joke? Thank you.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. No, I'm lying. It was real, guys. Sharp ain't even outside in his own hood. What the fuck is you talking about? The buzzy wuzzy, the buzzy. I'm trying to cherish this moment with y'all. I'm trying to make this moment last forever. Who growled in the clip is I'm about to go watch all the clips, and I can't wait to chop it up with y'all tomorrow on the No Jumper News at noon. I'm assuming Adam's going to be joining us. It's going to be messy. Me and Raider got some shit to get off our chest towards each other. Raider's returning. I'm not happy with Raider, so I got some things to say to him. Don't miss it. Log in. I'm going to drink this. Chat. On a scale of 1 to 5,000, how mad are you that you don't get to chill with me on this buzzball? He said, QB Prince with the $2 says, suspect folded on camera, he a whole fraud. I got to see what it looked like. How cool do I look on camera is a much better question. I mean, if we're being honest. Do you see me fucking stop bullets with my teeth? Chew them up and spit back a motherfucking AK-47 at you? Germ looks Samoan today is fucking hilarious.
Everybody else thinks I'm some kind of Asian.
Yeah. She gets mistaken for, but that's like a lot of Guatemalans have like Asian features. It's just indigenous people across the world, brother. Love to all my indigenous. And shouts to this fucking, for y'all tuning in to fuck with my dumb ass. I don't know how I made it here, but I'm glad to be here. And I love y'all. Hey, my boy Just Bear is minus 650 said, I love you, Lush. And I said, I love you. Show Germ is crazy. Okay. There's Germ.
Okay, next time we guys. Show Marble.
She do look like an Eskimo.
Oh.
And then here's a new
What, asshole?
Eskimo, which is not a proper term. I got too many Inuit homies to be saying that. Yeah, her hair is fire.
Marble's really jealous. She's fixated on the kitten.
And the other kitten's hiding in the corner.
The kitten being cute. Marble's like not having it.
Yeah, man. You know this is a final thought I want to leave y'all on. It's actually all my fault that this is happening to Sharp. And that's really his fault for fucking with me. Because if you think about it, this all started when I tricked Sharp out of his position by having. I told Sharp, I bet you can't in 24 hours produce a woman who's not a prostitute to join you on a stream because women detest your company. They hate being around you. There's nothing cool about you. Da, 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 da. So he wound up hiring that one prostitute from Florida or whatever, or having, and that bitch came on his stream. You feel me? And then his ex Shannon got really mad. Shouts to Shannon. Appreciate you. Talk to you again soon, Shannon. Shouts to Shannon. I never talked to Shannon, by the way, but shouts to Shannon for turning up and doing what she did and speaking her truth. You feel me? Shouts to Hope as well. So, Shannon got so mad. Shannon was so mad to see Sharp because that's what he said. She's obsessed with this pimping. Da, 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 da. She loves this fool. She loves me so much that she got mad. And that's when all this fucking shit started coming into the surface. But it's really all my fault for trolling this fucking dickhead. And all you fucking incels that dick ride the man, remember that. Next time, W Cocaine Bot, W Bot Mafia, No Jumper Gang or Don't Bang, Lush Uno World, you feel me? Universe, you feel me? To infinity and beyond, Lightyear, you feel me? With a buzzball fuck a light beer, the Mara MacArthur Park, the Domestic Whip Crasher, White Brick Baby, BBL Uno, shit. What other names am I known by? The Wapu Keep It Poppin', the Triple Stack King. Shit, you feel me? That's something from the olden days. Yeah, with that being said, Mr. LA to the Bay himself, Mr. West Los himself. You feel me? You feel me? Cat Daddy Uno. About this motherfucker. Shouts to the whole motherfucking West Side worldwide. Cocaine bots in the chat. Anybody that ain't fucking with it, lick my sack. You know where the fuck I'm at? Outside with it, constantly. The real motherfucking truth. The real motherfucking ambassador of the culture. The trillist. Uno. Mr. Hyams. And I'm out this biatch,